Let's get ready to talk about some toys. Hey, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy Yimbo, and welcome back to my channel, Yimbo Reviews Everything. And this is my Sunday night podcast where we get to talk about life and toys and WrestleMania. Sure, why not? I'm queuing it up right now. I'm gonna have it on a tablet. I'm fired it up. I have not been watching. I had a wonderful day, which I will get to in a second. But let's get this queued up. Hopefully this. Uh-oh. Loading error. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I'll try to figure out a way to watch it. I do have my phone down here too, but oh, that's not good. I had more battery life for my iPad. Well, that's frustrating. All right, trying it out one more time. But hi. See, I'm all distracted. But that's my kids were having a little bit of a later bedtime this evening, so they were still up. They were still up, much to my wife's chagrin, because she wants to go to bed early. Since I will not be able to watch Black Mirror with her this evening. So yeah, hello everybody. Let's say hi while this is loading up. Ooh, it looks like it is gonna work for me. It's just taking forever. I have a very old iPad. We'll start off with some non-mandatory class attendance real quick. Let's start saying hi to some people here. Here's Michael. What's going on, Tricks Blast? How you doing, buddy boy? Here's Copper State Collectibles. What's up, Wyatt? How you doing, buddy? Here's Guy Jen. Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Messy Photography. What's up, Ed McKinney? How you doing? There's Ray Paz. How you doing, Ray? Here's Citizen of Yambonia, Josh Brown of Josh Brown's Customs. What's up, buddy boy? And yes, this is a wonderful sentiment. So if you celebrated Easter today, I hope you had a wonderful Easter. I know that's what I was doing. We got to hang out with my wife's side of the family. We got to go down to my brother-in-law's house and my sister-in-law, and got to see my niece and nephew and my mother-in-law. And yeah, it was just a really wonderful day. So if you celebrated, happy Easter. And again, if you didn't, I still hope you had, obviously, a wonderful Sunday. So, boom! Welcome! Alright. So yes, I am going head-to-head against WrestleMania. I realize I basically do it every year. And whatever. Not everybody's into wrestling. At one point, I was super, super, super deep into wrestling. To the point where I feel like I probably could have been a pretty good play-by-play announcer. Because I had all the moves down. It used to infuriate me to hear Michael Cole call matches, because he would never call anything. I was always a fan of JR, at least doing his best to name as much as he could. But these days, not so much. But I did catch a little bit of it last night. Like I just said, my wife and I have been super into Black Mirror. It's very much like Twilight Zone. So not every episode is going to be a winner, but on the whole, they're enjoyable. Like, there's, I'll give you my little, see, this is Yimbo Reviews Everything, so I'll give you a little breakdown. But let me get this queued up. I do get the app going, watching now. I'm going to have that on mute. I'm just watching live, so hopefully if our internets line up, we'll be able to, I'll be able to keep tabs on that. So where was I going? Black Mirror. All right, so that latest season dropped. I talked about it on Friday night. I got to hang out with Unparalleled Universe over on his stream. Wade and I ended up going for 3 hours. We were just having a great time with everybody in the chat. So, again, I know a lot of friends were over there. So I appreciate you guys both hanging out Friday over at Wade's channel and then here again tonight. But, yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I mean, like, again, I love Spring Break me because I don't have to worry about bedtimes, and I always tell you, like, I'll talk until you turn me off or until my body just shuts down. So even tonight, we're back to at the very, I put a 10 p.m. I posted a reel at 6:30ish tonight over on Instagram. Again, never pretend that everybody sees everything, but I put a start and end time, I put 10. So the only reason I would stop is if if we kind of ran the course of our conversations this evening, and I would then want to just go watch the main event of Mania, just in quiet, and give me a chance to. It sounds silly because watching a WrestleMania main event and like winding down, but that would be my way to wind down and then try to get to bed early because Friday night I was up to. Not only was it like 1 o'clock ish my time when we ended, but then Wade and I still kind of hung out a little bit longer. So I ended up not going to bed until 2 a.m. And that's 2 a.m. Right? Is that what I just said? So that's not usually my sleep cycle. And yesterday was a lot of fun. So again, I've had a lot of like family time the last 2 days. Yesterday was helping my parents with buying iPhones. That was yesterday. No, that was Friday. And then we went to my parents yesterday for like a pre-Easter dinner and hangout. So we got to see my sister and her, and her my brother-in-law, her husband, and then my nieces. So that was a blast. So again, my kids have been having a wonderful cousin time, and it's just been great. It's been great, really focusing on the family stuff. So, whew. All right. There we go. I have Mania going where it looks like we're in between matches. I know I missed a mommy match, but right before I came on here, I saw Machu say that match was incredible, so I might have to go back and check that out. Here we go. We got a Toy Daddy in the house. What's going on, Chewy? How you doing, buddy boy? So, of course, I sent the link out to the Sentinels and the Daddies for this evening in case anybody wants to hop on. I totally get it. J-Shot was already saying he was like trying to stay awake watching Mania. I was very fortunate. This the real life posted here. I'm gonna play it for you real quick because I won't do the sounds. But just to show you, because then I'm going to reference our buddy Batforce Grumps and get into that real quick. So hang on. This is being a silly guy. All right, so let me present this. Share my screen. All right, so no, there shouldn't be any audio. Good. So Grumps noticed that I was in the passenger seat. So again, I talked about this with Wade. In this era of what we're facing as collectors with price increases and, because again, we're being taxed for this. I saw the Messy Toys Black Suit Spider-Man, which I had pre-ordered for $36, and I think Chewy said he got it for $29, but that's now shot up to, it was like a $12 increase? 12, but whatever. It's up to, I don't know. I'm hoping that they honor my current pre-order, but the price did increase to 50-ish from where I was, a $14 increase. But anyway, I don't know how that cannot be considered a tax on the consumer because they're asking me to pay for all of this stuff that's happening. So yeah, like we'll have to figure it out. And, obviously things change every day. But in terms of Black Suit Spider-Man, this is my favorite Spidey right here. But anyway, Grumps noticed that I was in Shotgun. And it's true. If I don't have to drive, I am happy not to drive. I don't dislike driving, but I've done so much driving in my life that I really relish getting the chance to just be a passenger. So as we were heading out, I brought my two favorite legends, and this is my two favorite Spider-Man legends, and I have a lot, and that's what we're going to be kind of focusing on this evening. So yeah, we'll get back into all of that in a second. So Chewy, hello. But yeah, Grumps. Grumps noticed that right away. It's so true. But yeah, then I get to take. This is what I was gonna say. I get to film posing reels, which is what I got to do today. Sometimes I just fidget with a toy. I mean, obviously, for the most part, I'm conversing with my wife all this, but fidgeting away with an action figure. And today, driving home, so this is where I feel you, J-Shot. I passed out in the car, and I felt terrible about it. But my wife, sometimes she'll just talk to me to kind of snap me out. I'm wearing my sunglasses, but she was cool. We didn't acknowledge this after, but like she didn't bust my chops. She just kind of let it happen. So my son and I both passed out in the car, and then even when we got home, I tried to like turn the lights off for 10 minutes, but didn't happen. Because 5-year-old twins were very excited, and being home after a long day, still just playing with all of their Easter basket stuff. So it was good. Machu, first 2 matches of Mania. Wow. All right. Sounds good. Tori Black, what's going on? Shout out to Jade Cargill. What a woman. I mean, I agree. I haven't watched enough of her work, but from what I do see of her, I said it to Machu the other day. I was like, she has that X factor, that intangible thing in pro wrestling. We've heard it a million times. It is an indefinable quality. She has superstar. She just exudes superstar. Ray Paz, we did get a little bit of Dark Gimbo. Wade has a way of pulling that out of me. So that was Friday. That was and also, the later it goes, inhibitions get a little bit lowered in terms of what I'll be willing to talk about. No, it was a lot of fun. It was a fun appearance at Dark Gimbo for a little bit. Task at hand. How you doing, man? Thanks for being here, Brad. And yes, I still need some sort of celebratory thing like the Laserverse. We have our pew-pews. I don't have anything clever here. I do have my nano gauntlet. So, it's over there. I do have a nano gauntlet, so I can always do something like that. I don't know. I got to figure something out. But Brad, I salute you. Thank you very much for becoming an official citizen of Yambonia. Let's see. Trixblast says, 1 week and 6 days to Comic-Con. Hyped to go. Might buy my first lightsaber, and definitely gonna get some figs. Yeah, heck yeah. This is the one that's in New York, the New York Comic-Con. I forget the official name of it that you shared with me the other day. Man, Beast Boy's in the house. What's going on, dude? MBB. And Wing or Lose. Hello. Happy Sunday. But yeah, so let me queue up something real quick. Let's see. I do not have this figure that I'm about to show you. But let's see. It's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna share this Google image search real quick. So, in this day and age of what we, in collecting, in toys, in toy tubing, in our community, obviously, like we have high expectations, especially as prices continue to kind of shock our systems. Like I said, I've been shell-shocked. From 2020, I still want Deluxe Marvel Legends to be $30. Like, in my head, that's still what the price point, because that's what I got in. And prices shouldn't have fluctuated to the point where they are now. So that's where I would still want a Deluxe Marvel Legend to be $30. Like, that's just in my mind. So like I said, I've been numb now to these different things, and that's where I hope at least the Toy Daddies and we talk about it all the time in terms of buying what's going to bring you joy. I know I've said this quote from my dad many times. I mean, like it's something he shared. I'm not saying it's his. I'm not attributing this. This is a lesson that he taught me. I know it's floating out there too in the universe, but something is only worth what someone's willing to pay for it. So I've always kind of kept that in mind with my collecting, is that, it comes down to you with price points. So like obviously Maximum Spider-Man, I finally got it. I know people have had it now and blah, 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 but I just got mine in on Saturday, and I'm in love with it. And we're going to talk about that, but this is what I wanted to do real quick, is have this like moment of reflection, because Pizza Spider-Man has been he was at one point the definitive Spider-Man. And let's just take a look at this. So when we do have those moments of I can't believe they didn't do this, and like I know, but look at what we used to buy not that long ago. Like this is what was the pinnacle of a Spider-Man action figure. And the funny thing is, looking at these prices, and that's the thing, I knew it was going to drop. I mean, AliExpress $20, 20.85. I don't know if that's the real deal. eBay 32, at least showing up there. I might do another just a full-blown eBay search for Pizza Spider-Man. Let's see, pizza. See what he's really going for here. Ah, people are still. All right, wait. Let's explore this together, everyone, shall we? So 35 or best offer. This guy, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind, and I get it because people typically I've found don't shop around. They trust something from eBay over, like, I know my wife. I mean, there was a point in time I didn't know Big Bad Toy Store was a thing. You know, I didn't know that Best Buy sold action figures. That GameStop is always a great destination to pre-order stuff. Although, you know, you have to kind of order a few things to hit that free shipping mark. So 35 bucks. So it's really going to be with tax there. So 45. I'm thinking loose. Something under 40. The reason I'm talking about it is because if we go back to here, I really want, honestly, both head sculpts, but I want the mask up one. Now, there's no guarantee because I don't own it, so I would have to ask somebody that does if those head sculpts pop on. I know Dan Who, when he first got his, he was doing a live, or no, his review. I watched it, the comparison and swap, but like I can't now recall if the head sculpt. So I might have to go back to his video. I'm fairly certain he had the different head swaps shown in his video. But really, look, just to focus in on this figure again. We got the waist swivel, no drop down. Those ugly pins, those red pins on the blue, like crazy. Minimal kind of butterfly joints right there. And then even the way that this was shot, look at the rifle. Like, I mean, no articulated toes, which I know is not a standard on all Marvel Legends figures. But it just looks like a clumsy, this is, I don't know, it's also not a great posed, like, product shot. But when we realize what we used to be comfortable buying, let's see. Ooh, and this is what I was thinking, Matt, when it comes to, like, I wasn't sure if it was going to be more affordable to just buy an aftermarket Pizza Spider-Man to get that, or to just, because I know at this, like, once you start hitting 40, you're hitting custom prices. So if I was able to still snag him back in the 20, maybe early 30, really I would want in the 20s. He's outdated for what I know you and I collect, and many of us here. Yeah, I don't really want to pay $40 for this old figure just for the head sculpts. And you're right, like, there's so many other better custom jobs. But let's see, what's Ray saying? So they should be a standard, though. Which one are you talking about? The articulated toes? I mean, a lot of stuff, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight, because I do have my Maximum Spidey, and I'm excited about it. And I know you've seen other stuff, and that's why I'm not even going to bother filming a review. There's so many good reviews out there from guys that I watch. So I'm just going to give you my impressions, and also maybe a little bit of a history tour in the last 5 years of some of the Spideys that I have next to me. So let's see. Just scrolling back up because I know I missed some stuff here. All right, let's see. Guy Jin, is Dark Gable the same Gable that gave the disappointed look that one time? It is. Part of it is just, like, I always like to remind people, like, we are wired to be negative creatures, and it's due to, I think, our evolution as a species and not being the alpha at one point. But yeah, unfortunately, we have to work harder and choose to be kind. So I don't like to expend, like, you only get so much energy in a day, and I try to spend that in positive ways, positive energy. I like to burn, not focusing on the negative, but every once in a while, it's good to have a little healthy vent session. So yeah, it was a little bit of that, but yes, it was that disappointed look. Maybe you could have the sound of trumpets play. Ooh, when you get a new member. Da, 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 da. Saratoga. That's right. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Trix. And Cal, the collector's here. Happy Sunday, Carlos. Um, don't. Shh. I mean, I do. I've said it many times. I don't pretend to be one way and not the other. I've said, admittedly, like pre-fatherhood. I mean, obviously not teaching, but out in my personal life, definitely potty mouth. And I would always hang my hat on. There's research that shows that excessive cursing shows a sign of intelligence. At least that's what I would say to my mom when she was criticizing some of my language choices. But yeah, no, for my Sunday night streams where there's the potential for either my nieces or my nephew to watch, and just maybe family friendly in general. Like, I don't know when people catch replays, so I always do try to keep this Sunday night show, and even to an extent, obviously, our Monday show with the Toy Daddies, although we can get a little goofy in our jokes, but we do like to keep language wise as family friendly as possible. So yeah. All right, let's see. I do get a little sassy. I do. And yes, thank you, Chewy. Don't forget, everybody, while you're here, to hug that like button. I like it. You still haven't seen Jimbo. Right past, that's a different level than Dark Imbo. That is when, yeah, not that I get too many opportunities. That is Comic-Con. Like, you get me, I don't have to report home. Not to report home. I don't have to be home. I'm out. I'm sleeping over at Legion's Con. Not that I drink. I really don't drink a whole lot. Not that I'm fully CM Yimbo, but when was the last time I had? It's been a while. It really has. Like, I typically don't drink these days, except for toy hangs where there's no driving required. What's going on, Cody? How you doing, man? Love you so much. Man, Beast Boy says, still use that head sculpt. We've come a long way. It's true. Meanwhile, I remember not liking the shape. Still have it. Grew on me. There you go. And Chewy. All right, so, I mean, I'm always down to not spend money these days. So, if the package is just coming on my way and you're willing to part with it, because the value has dropped. I remember at one point it was 75 to 100. That's why I think it's crazy that there was a listing for it, because no one will ever get that again with all of the Spideys that we've had. Ray Paz, I like Yimbo and Dark Yimbo, but now I want to see Jumbo. It's Jimbo. It's just with the J. It's J. Bought that carded at Walgreens like 3 times. Very nice. There you go, Ray. Gotcha. Guy Jin said, unmasked pizza Spidey head with some beard sculpt for a Spider Yimbo. That's what yeah, I know. I need it. I need it in my life. I will figure that out. The closest I have right now, if I drop this down, is my Mr. Fantastic Yimbo. That's the closest one. My kids also have seconded that this is, Daddy, that's you. I'm like, cool. I mean, it's close. I know. It's the closest one, I think, out of all of them. Shipwreck is also right there, but this particular one with the gray, because I'm starting to get up there. There's my little gray in the temples. Definitely have gray chin, and that's been expanding on me over the last couple of years. So I think that is still the closest one out of all of the other white bearded guys I've tried to pass off as me. I also like this one too, because if you notice, he's hitting a people's eyebrow, which I'm a big fan of. So yeah. Let's see. I use it on maximum. Did drill a little. Okay, so that's good to know. But I do have a Dremel. MBD, no big deal. But scale's great. That is, thank you so much. So yeah, Chewy. Yes, please. Let's see. If it was engineered better pinless, I'd buy all day. Lanky Spider-Man, my preferred. Interesting. Okay. Machison, those legends was when I was all for just buying Mafex. That is also very true. And again, that's just part of this evolution of collecting. And this is showing how far legends have come in particular. Task at hand. One more Max this year. Cap, Wolverine, Iron Man, Thor. Oh man, I still think Deadpool is in the mix. Only I don't know. I mean, I still love my Renew Your Vows book, the Hydra Bob 2-pack. Still really love that Comic-Con exclusive from 2 years ago. That's been like my go-to comic one that replaced any of the other Deadpools that I have in my rotation of photos at least. But you know what? If they do, I mean, I don't want to get too hyped because I don't want to make the assumption that it would be a brand new Deadpool body. But if it was a Maximum Spider-Man enlarged, embiggened, then that would be kind of neat. Let's see. Also, all my extras, of course. Otherwise, oh, thank you, man. I appreciate you, man, Beast Boy, as always. I'm going to see you next weekend, right? So I am going to be going Sunday. I wish it could be both days like I normally do. But I have my wife's aunt's birthday celebration next Saturday. So I'm out for Saturday of ToyCon, New Jersey. But just so everybody knows, that is coming up if you're in the New York, New Jersey area. It is a blast. I think they're doing it again at the Morristown Armory, which is a really awesome space. Like they have these big garage doors that can fly. Like it's recycle. The air is moving out. It's not like the gymnasium that it has been in, where you know how gyms can get a little stuffy. So yeah, I hope it's a beautiful weekend. But yeah, so Sunday I'll be going with my neighbor Dan, Captain 1134. We're gonna have a blast and get to see you guys. So can't wait. Here is Citizen of the Month, Clintastic 4. What's going on, Clint? You son of a gun. Tori says, yeah, but what do you think will come with the Maximum Black Suit Spidey? Ooh, and by the way, I don't know if you've watched the stream before, but again, it seems like a new name in the chat, which I really appreciate. That is fantastic. So thank you for being here this evening. That is a really great question too. I'm going to star that because I would love that as like a little talking point for us. So let's circle back to that one. And yes, this is Zenyabo tonight. I told you, like, I had to take my nap to get that like little energy boost, that mental focus. It helps with creativity. This was in one of my videos to help overcome, creative obstacles. Let's see. I would be down for a Maximum Cap and Thor, but after the Hulk, I'm taming my expectations. Exactly. That's where I am too at this moment. Dark Game will probably call an ambulance, but not for me. TJ Williams in the house. What's going on, man? Cap, Thor, or you mean Daredevil, or you were thinking Daredevil for a Maximum? I still don't know what would come with a Maximum Daredevil outside of like a sonar or some ability to like. They've only ever really done swappable arms for like looks, so I don't really think that. Like, that would be neat if they gave us something like the Renew Your Vows on a new buck, on an updated, a brand new, thicker, beefier Maximum Spider-Man buck. That would be awesome, but I wouldn't want to expect it now. And something like swappable boots. Like, so you have the tights look, but then you also have like boots, and you can have swappable forearms. Again, we're gonna get to Maximum Spidey in a second, but that could be neat. Ray Paz, no, nothing like that. No. Happily married, we're good. It's more in-house or in-hotel shenanigans. Just again, being really silly, making jokes and cracking toys. Max Iron Man must be a priority too. Sell so well, exactly. So we're gonna see that. That King guy from He-Man. Yimbo for a Reed Richards variant in the Council of Reeds. I would support that. I wonder if I should do like a casting, an acting reel. Should I do? Is that a thing? Something like that where I'm pretending to? I don't know. I'm not an actor. But isn't that something like here's my, what is it? The tape? What do they call that? Acting tape? Acting reel? Let's see. Oh, uncanny. Ray Paz, Zemo wants to be an action figure. What are the accessories that come with him? Ooh. All right, I'm starring that one too. I want to come back to that. Right off the top of my head, it's got to be a camera. And I know, like, if we're thinking Legends, I like the animated Peter Parker camera. I want a cell phone. I would want, again, something, maybe not a selfie stick, because as funny as selfie sticks are, although I guess it's technically, this could pass for like my DJI gimbal. But yeah, that's at least definitely some photography type stuff. For Max, I still say Max torn up suit Wolverine would be a win. Yeah, I agree. Gaijin, I heard that rumored SDCC Deadpool re-release will be through the Maximum line. I kind of hope not, but I would really love to get the re-release if the rumor's true. Oh. Well, that tempers my expectations then if it is a Deadpool. Only because I have that figure, but it would be great for, and that's part of the purpose of this line, is to be able to provide people that have missed some of these releases, if they're just getting into the hobby, a chance to buy a quote-unquote definitive version of a character. So while that's not great news for guys that own the Comic-Con exclusive, that is great news for guys like you, Gaijin, where if you wanted to do that, that makes sense. I mean, that particular Deadpool came with so much stuff, like an insane amount. He had lightsabers. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Macho, I'd rather them do an updated Cap or Thor for the next Max. The Deadpool on Arena Rails is good enough for now. That's where I'm feeling. That's why, like, I don't want to just do. It's more of due to popularity, striking while the iron's hot with Deadpool. But I totally agree. I love the Secret Wars Cap. I love it. I love it. I love it. But, you know, I know Machu has said whenever it comes up, it's true. Having him on a much better buck, like something with the upper instead of the crunch, and having the upper, you know, ball joint, lower torso ball joint. Even if they did a Renew Your Vows-esque version where it's the swivel on top and the crunch on the bottom, just something to get a little bit more, that would be really cool. But I do love that Secret Wars so much. Again, we've talked about the silhouette. The silhouette of that cap is amazing. Side 9, thanks for being here. Happy Sunday, buddy. Shroomies here too. Happy Sunday. Opening my Maximum Spidey and had so many issues with dents and paint cracks. It soured my mood on the Maximum line. All right. That's awful. And I know. All right, so I had another point of, again, for myself. I was holding my breath with my Maximum Spidey. I was. And that's a bummer to, you know, again, $50. No one wanted to pay $50. I wanted to pay $40. It was at the height. But like, I still wanted that figure. I messed with it at Toy Fair. You know the whole thing. That was it. If it was $52.99, I'd say I'm out. Like, I mean, that sounds silly, but it was at the height, the max of what I was willing to spend on it. So, number one, it's crummy that we have to hold our breath. Like, at least, you know, if you guys were like me, I was holding my breath, making sure, or, you know, like, that it was going to be okay. Like, I really studied it. I looked for the dents. You know, I tried to look for any kind of paint stuff. Well, let me bust him out right now so I can show you how mine came out. So this is what I want us to keep in mind, because Hasbro, of course, when I see the comments of cash grab, they couldn't give us, you know, they can't QC. I think we forget sometimes. Nick, we kind of put an entire corporation together and project our unhappiness on it. And not just Hasbro, but just in general. And we forget about what goes into anything. Any of the stuff that we have in life is made by people. It's made by human beings. Now, granted, I haven't seen the inside of a factory that has been producing Marvel Legends. I'm sure maybe we can Google that tonight. But I just think that whoever's doing QC checks and this isn't right also, because you get hired to do a job, you should be doing it to the best of your ability. But if you're being honest with ourselves, I'm sure at some point throughout any of our working lives, our working careers, we have felt underpaid and underappreciated. And when that stuff starts to happen, things may slip through the cracks. Maybe it's not the 100% focus that like that we would want to have as customers. So it's hard to say, like, I don't even want to get mad at that person for letting some of these QC issues slip. It is annoying as hell. See, there's my own for a little, like, there we go, I'll tiptoe. It is super frustrating because life is, tiring, and there's a lot of demands on our time and attention. And when something like that goes wrong, it's so frustrating because then it becomes a thing we have to deal with. And I have always maintained we shouldn't get upset about something like a price point. Like, I mean, you can, but I like to think that, like, rather than jumping to the negative or attacking people, again, I was fortunate that I didn't necessarily receive a lot of that. I didn't receive any of that direct, small potatoes. But when there's YouTubers cutting promos and making videos about other toy tubers and their opinions, like, that's insane. Personal attacks on guys that are just trying to share their opinions about toys, right? So I try to remind everybody not to jump to be upset. Again, is something worth it for you? Like, if it's not worth what you're willing to pay for it, I would hope and encourage that you take solace in the resolve that you have. And I know that, like, Grumps and I had a really amazing conversation about, not being dismissive about, like, just don't buy it. I agree. I'm not saying just don't buy it. I'm just saying, like, be comfortable with whatever decision you end up making. You can, and again, you're valid in your feelings. If you're frustrated that it's outside of, like, what you were comfortable with, then yes, I understand being frustrated. So this is now going to getting a toy that stinks. Gloves are off. You can be upset about it, but and that's where I'm saying that's always, to me, the fairest point of criticism, because it did add extra steps. You have to either hit up customer service, you have to hope you get a replacement, you have to ship it back to Amazon or wherever you have to go through the return process if you go in that direction. It is a pain in the butt, and nobody wants to deal with it. So it's super frustrating if it happens to you. But I don't want it to. That's where I just don't know. I don't have a great answer for you, because, yeah, ultimately every product we order should be something that we're happy with at the to whatever extent, not be given this unnecessary aggravation. But then like I said, I try not to get just mad. It's not the corporation's fault. It is somehow going through some level of chain of command where something went wrong and something should have been caught and it wasn't. But then I try to understand the person that might be in the position that why it slipped by, and at least understand. And now I have a little bit of frustration to deal with. I guess what I'm saying is, like, if I had gotten a bum one, I would be sad. I would be more disappointed for the time I'm going to have to waste to rectify it, or in the case of something that ends up getting sold out, dealing with, like, I guess I'd rather have my money than this, or dealing with, I guess I'll take this bum figure and not have it at all. What do we do? And I think that's where the frustration comes from, because I understand these different perspectives, and I don't know how to, like, there's no solution I can present other than just trying to help you as an individual come to terms with the events that play out in front of you. So I'm sorry, Shroomy. I guess this goes back to, I'm really sad that you had to deal with that. I don't want you to. I mean, you could, again, if this soured you on it, I get it. I've been soured on some toy lines too. Like, it does happen. It does happen. And you know what? Like, if this is reason for, I don't know if you ordered Hulk or not, if this is reason enough for you to be like, screw it, I'm going to cancel my order, I wouldn't, no one's going to fault you. No one's going to, like hold you over a fire to, interrogate you. You could, again, I always like to say, no is a complete sentence. That's a complete thought. I know I just rambled for a lot on this point, Shroomy, but I just want to help. Like, that's the whole thing, is I want to help, and it's the only thing that I've been able to come up with in my time doing the streams is just being able to help you, hopefully help you out there, get to a good head place so that we're not projecting towards people in the community at each, that type of stuff. Again, I'm very much like, so I don't know. I've always said it too. I mean, like, if I'm all down for some power to the people type of movement where people come together, and as long as we're not doing takedowns, and I know everybody here is amazing, so I'm not here to think that that's happening with us, but yeah, sometimes I am at a loss though. Sometimes I am at a loss, but I guess if, like I said, if you're resolved where you are soured, I understand. I don't want you to hold it against the actual figure, because like what I have, if you got a good one, it's incredible. It really is. Like, it's my favorite Spider-Man now. Let's see, Machu. I'd rather pay for a max figure that's a better figure than previous iterations than just more half-ass accessories. That's true. Brad says, how about a Max Thor with soft goods cape? You know me, I'm always down for a soft goods wired cape. Like, I feel like I've theorized or maybe even heard whispers that because Legends are 4+ and McFarlane is 15+, that's the difference in like the wired capes. So maybe maybe that could be a move that we start. And again, I don't know how to coordinate that, but pushing for the, maybe asking nicely, not pushing, asking nicely the Legends team about the possibility of really just owning the fact that these are adult collectibles. I mean, we know it. We all know it. They are built where a 4-year-old, in theory, wouldn't break it. But I just gave my niece yesterday an Ironheart figure, my Riri Williams. I had an extra one from way back. So for part of her Easter bath, I was like, oh, I always like trying to throw in an Uncle Jumbo toy. So yeah, she's in 6th grade. No, 5th grade? She's in 5th grade. So she's able to swap the hands with these and the head and everything. But last year for her birthday, I gave her, I was a little too nervous for 4th grade, giving her the Spider-Gwen Legends. Because again, you also have to, like, the tiny hands. I worry about the pegs, especially on the female bucks. They're so tiny. The strength to pop the stuff off, like with my kids, they're 5. They can now play with Legends. I have to remind them not to smash them around. But there's no way they're swapping hands or head sculpts. It's just, even accessories are tough. So like I said, maybe that could be a thing as a community we start to ask nicely about making this change, or having them look at, like, are people under 15 buying Marvel Legends? Where's the, and I know it's going to be hard to maybe track that demographic data, but investing in some sort of survey, these are the type of solutions that I don't have the power to control, but I feel like the solutions are out there. I always say it. There are sometimes the solution is hard to get to, or there's obstacles in the way, but everything has a solution especially when we come together and put our minds at work. Again, I'm just one man spouting spitballs of ideas out there. But I would love a soft goods cape with wire. Max line could stand out better with multiple heads, 4 heads in a box. Heck yeah, Chewy. Demo reel, thank you. Too Much New Toys. Did you learn that from your best friend, Walton Goggins? Are you best friends yet? Are you best friends with Walton? Guy Jin, let's see. I'm personally hoping for a Heroic Age Thor. I just hope they They can have imported torso articulation, butterfly shoulders, diaphragm joint, waist crunch, or ball joint. And the same with Cap. Heck yes. I'm there for it. I have my Thor Ragnarok Legends, and I have the one with the Destroyer. Both solid, but solid as that's the best that they've given us. So that's the best that I have. It's serviceable for pictures, but in no way am I thrilled about either of those toys when it comes to the stuff that I like, which is articulation, movement. You can't do anything with the head and neck. I have to do some sort of shaving the hair underneath. I just haven't gotten to modding. Let's see. Yimbo Fig needs that iconic Batman mask and the old chair. So real quick, this is going back to Ray Paz's question. Oh, I Messi, that is epic. I love that. Oop, I'm gonna scroll back up. Where was that again? Oh my god. Yup. I need a real, like, a bad look. I need the mask or a head sculpt with just my terrible Bat Dad mask. Not that it's me, but that would be funny if he came with it. And then a wired mesh steel chair. Yup. Ray Paz, yeah, do it, man. Why not? Why not? I think you at least have the look of Mr. Fantastic more than Pedro Pascal does. Yeah, true. Shroomy, 5 and below, some Barbie accessories that are part of an influencer pack that scale with legends. That's good to know. That is very good to know. I was just there recently too, but that's gonna be something. I'll swing by my 5 below with the kids this week. The whole definitive version thing is just a delusion. There's always going to be a new, better version. We will get another definitive Spider-Man in like a year. You're not wrong, Cody. You're not wrong. And I mean, I've said it. That's why I joked, and I think I did the air quotes for definitive. But that's when I got into buying Marvel Legends after that Uncanny X-Men Cyclops, and like I've said this story before. So you haven't heard it for your first time. That was the first Legend that I bought in years from the Toy Biz era. So now this was like the first, like, this is what Marvel Legends are now, and absolutely loved it. And that was like, and I kept telling my wife, I'm like, I'm just gonna get definitive versions. It was very silly, and quickly broke that collecting rule. So I do agree. Ooh, I gotta jump ahead. I know. See, I'm trying to, but I gotta show some love over here. Thank you, Machu. And I couldn't have timed that any better. I just looked and it was literally the crash zoom in on Joe Hendry. Oh, that's hilarious. I just yeeted. Yes, I did in fact just yeet. I just yeeted myself. All right. Thank you for that, Machu. Oh my goodness. Say his name and he appears. I believe in pneumonia. All right, my goodness. Oh, scroll back. Thank you, Matt. All right, I gotta do a better job. I'm gonna put this. I got too much stuff on my desk. All right, now it's right in front of me. Okay, so anyway, Cody, you are correct, and just here's my other. So these are my top two favorite Spider-Man figures based on articulation and costumes. So this is clearly the most articulated, best posing Marvel Legends Spider-Man of all the times. This guy is on the Amazing Fantasy Buck, which right before this Max Spider-Man came out, this was my favorite. In comparison to the Renew Your Vows, I liked the Amazing Fantasy because of particularly the ability to look up like he can, so he can really hit those crouch poses and look forward way better. But then he didn't have the articulated toes. I also noticed, interestingly too, is that, I mean, again, different eras, but this guy is shorter. Yeah, look at that. Black Suit Spider-Man is shorter, pretty short. Like, this little lad is still growing. This guy might be the college student Peter, right? So I would love, and I think it would be the easiest, if you want to talk cash grab, immediately giving us this in the black suit. Immediately. McFarlane obviously created Venom, so oh yeah, I have comic books. I have comic books with him in the black suit. So yeah, that would be amazing. I need that right away. But for the time being, out of these two, those are my favorite ones. Um, let's see, Max, Mr. Fantastic. That would also make a ton of sense. I know on a previous Toy Pick Community Top 10, the daddies and I have tried to the dads and I have tried to come up with some brainstorms of fun Mr. Fantastic accessories. Let's see. I've been hoping for a Maximum Fantastic 4. Yup. Maybe a Mr. Fantastic on Max Spidey Body. Oh, yeah. That would be neat. That would be neat because then you have the forearm cuts right there. So you'd be able to give some really cool stretchy limbs, etc. Man, Beast, what prices aside, my only gripe is the blue on mine is practically black. It is a dark blue. It's not my favorite. I mean, like, it's obviously accurate to 90s Spider-Man. That is the one thing. Like, we still don't have a... Well, I guess no. I almost was about to eat my words. So there's the Mafex. There's that baby blue. That looks so good. I was about to say the only one that I have is the retro animated cell shaded Spider-Man, but they did do that amazing Spider-Man and Friends 3-pack. That was, I think, also was that a baby blue too, or not? Was that it was lighter blue? I don't know if it was the pure baby blue though. Yeah, I really love that baby blue look. All right, we're still moving along. Here we go. Message says, I hope the next Maximum is a non-questionable pickup. Just for price reasons, I think I'm going to skip on both Spidey and Hulk. Very messy. That's fair. Ray Paz, I think Max should have a great figure, sculpt, articulation, paint, but accessories as well. Price should be good too. Agreed. Let's see. I accept reusing some pieces if they also gave almost an entire second figure of swap outs to show off the stretch powers. True. And yeah, I mean that's a very, again, we have to like I was cracking up watching them. I you know, I'm on the TikToks and I see the stuff. And it is fascinating and interesting. But we also have to remember that we always have to, again, we're not there. I don't know. I was going to say, have some skepticism about what we see in the internet, but in regards to that topic of factories, basically, Craig, I see it because of they, of course it could just be a label swap or assembly. It just has to be 30%. It's very interesting. And willing to undercut them. Allison Troy, Retro Toy Princess, Citizen of Yambone. Hello, thank you for being here this Sunday. Again, catching up. I apologize, guys. We've been having a good time. It's just, you guys are giving me really good talking points. Show me. It's so weird because I reached out to Hasbro for maybe a replacement and they said they couldn't, but if I send the figure back, which I have no issue doing, they'll send me a random figure. No, see, that's garbage. I would try to return it to your retailer and hope that you're able to score an exchange. I'm not saying it shouldn't have accessories. I just think they should prioritize a better figure than just load it with accessories to hit a certain price point. I agree. That's why this, even though we're going to look at, and I know you've seen them, the accessories for this figure, it's, to me, the way this figure is, based on what we've gotten and what they put into it, like, this is, I would go with that being like I don't want to say it. The figure alone, like, I can't justify if I've been paying $25 for this. Now, again, there is an expectation that figures that they make should continue to get better and they shouldn't always be price gouging us. So, you know what? All right, screw it. I was going to say, like, a $35, but no, that would be silly. That would be silly. This should have been $40 in the box based on everything. That's all. I still think that that would have been the fairest price point with modern pricing. I do think Hasbro was already preemptively giving us the consumer tax of the tariffs that were incoming. So, there is that. Let's see. When people already own a Mafex, I feel like getting maximum is built off just curiosity, not a genuine need for the figure. That is a really good point. That is a really good point. You know me, I love Marvel Legends, and I love Marvel Legends Spider-Man figures as they've improved. And I was just cracking open my Spidey box so I can start showing off some more. This guy is really well constructed, but I can't take him around like I did today, where I brought these two guys with me. I just can't. I mean, I can. I guess if it's in the Tupperware thing, but I don't know. I get worried. I get worried about pegs breaking. So this is like an at-home figure. I do need to actually get like a Mafex shelf going one of these days with the stuff that I have. But like, I'll always, if you have that, you're right. Then it is hard to justify, especially. Again, you have to know your budgets. You have to know your budgets and be smart about it. That's why I'm always telling you, like, I'm here to help you either flame the FOMO or kill the FOMO. Like, I agree with you. Like, if you have somebody like this and you invested in that Mafex, that is as close to, if not a definitive Spider-Man figure that's out there. So, really, once you have this, unless you're a guy like me that is morbidly curious about getting all the Spider-Mans to see how they turned out. It's not morbidly curious, I'm just saying. But just super invested in figuring out how these Spideys are. But if you have somebody like that Mafex, then yeah, you could stop at that one. Sorry, I knocked over my mic. Let's see. I'm with you. I just want to be clear. There should be accessories. Yep. Lots of love, lots of smooches over here. I love it. That's the best. In the name of friendship, the power of friendship. That was something my brother-in-law was just telling me. My nephew says every once in a while he busts out like the power of friendship when they like help each other. It's just adorable. So I love it. Ender Shadows here. What's going on, dude? Happy Sunday, man. Let's see. Would you be willing to trade a Max for a Max? Ooh. Let's see. Bum Figures got me to lose interest in the Lightning collection. See, and that's the danger. See, now that's something that like Hasbro as a company. See, again, talking about it, but the people that make the decisions need to understand. I don't know how to again organize a nicer campaign as a community, other than just voting with our dollar, but certainly not doing any of the stuff where we're like, stoking the flames of frustration for one another. But I told you guys, I support figuring something out to send messages to the high decision makers that are worried about profitability over everything. Because they're, again, everybody's got their defined roles in various companies and businesses. And Machu, this is a really good call, Shroomy. I'm just saying, like, this is great. The Machu mod, he'll be able to salvage that. Oh, see, look at that, man. Shroomy, appreciate it. Yeah, man. Let's see. No, seriously, talk to him. If it's just body defects. Yeah. All right. Gatey's Toys in the house to the max. That's right. Let's see. Too much at $30 bucks a pop. Only the rich kids are getting these regularly. I mean, that's why, like, I know it's gotten tough to like stay on top of certain things, but I keep going back to for many of us that have a toy room that's overloaded or closets with toys we still have to open up. I do highly recommend what I'm doing now, which is saying no to stuff that as soon as I have that question, like I'm going to point out the Mafex Toby. I love Toby. That's my Spider-Man. And I didn't jump at the Mafex, even though it's been the rave reviews, Spidey 2099, the rave reviews, because I go, I have the Mezco 2099. I have a Legends one, which is not good, which I'll show you. But saying no to stuff that like I have the figure arts. I don't have enough of a problem with the figure arts because I think it's a really good, beautiful figure. And I have the Legends Toby. So, like, rather than, I'd rather save that. So, like, I made a lot of decisions like that, not jumping at stuff that people were talking. The in art Batman, same deal. I, like, so, like, I was like, if I, that's a figure that, again, anytime in the last 5 years, I would have just said, screw it, I'm buying it. And now I'm pausing. And, again, a lot of it due to space and the financial situations and all the things, right? So I showed him off on Wade's stream too, but I got in my 1,000 toys Hellboy. Actually, when I was watching the Sentinels on Wednesday night when they were hanging out with Lago Figs, that was who I unboxed, and it was really nice because Machi was talking about, in terms of the, those of us out there doing the content creation. And he's always told this to me, but he was talking about it on the stream where it's like sometimes just nice, like take the pressure off, just enjoy your toys. He's told me that so many times where I've been like, I want to open something, but I should film it. He's like, just shut your mouth, get that toy, sit on the couch, and just enjoy. And I did that. I was watching 3 of my awesome close toy buddies having great conversations about toys and wrestling, and I cracked this guy open, and I am in love with this Hellboy. Now, he's pricey. He was $135. He doesn't come with an amazing amount of accessories either for that price point. But what he does come with is really rock solid. Like, he's got this wired cape. I mean, not cape. The jacket, it's wired at the top. Which is also super important, I'm realizing, for any future trench coat figures I have. The wire in the collar, and then all the way down. He only has one other head sculpt. Here, I gotta go this way. I'll come up this way. And then you see the 2 sets of horns. He's got Excalibur, and 3 hits. So it's not a ton. Like, ultimately, this is the whole figure. And then he's got, I forget the name of the gun. What's the name of the gun? So it's not a lot of stuff that he comes with for $135. But then it's amazing, and it's got the squishy chest and some really interesting crunching. You can get some. I love him, and I think that because it's been a month and a half since I had I think Mezco Silver Centurion Iron Man was my last fancy toy that came in. Like I've just been appreciating the hell out of him. I actually need to go back and enjoy more of that Iron Man because I haven't done nearly anything with him other than unbox him and yada yada. All right, I'm gonna start scrolling. I don't want to miss stuff. Let's see. I want to hit some points of people that like Ender's here. I want to make sure I get some of your thoughts out there. I'm gonna try to catch up though to the actual time where we are because I'm still 10 minutes back in the chat. I probably apologize. Ender said, personally, I don't think Legends team doesn't want to give us what we want. I agree. I think Hasbro itself doesn't know its audience and limits that team for sure. And again, follow the money. I'm just everything in life. Follow the money. Follow the money. So that's where I am. Sorry. I got you, Enders. Let's see. Sorry. Moving on. Sorry. Captain McKay's here. How you doing, man? I didn't find a single egg in my apartment, man. You must have woke up in the middle of the night and scared off the Easter Bunny. Guys, just that Max Spider-Man needs some larger hands. His hands remind me of Take My Strong. You think so? Needs larger hands? See, but then people were complaining about that the other hands were too large, the web shooter hands. See, we can't. That's the part of the problem. Everybody has their opinions about how things should go. And at the end of the day, the Legends team is trying to do their best and ultimately giving their best. Not, like they can listen to us so much, but it is up to them to decide what they want to ultimately see and what they, as collectors and creators, they have their own version of what they want out of a toy. But see, people were giving the hard time about the web shooting hands being too large, which I don't think it's like obscenely large. I think it's fine. I guess it's a little. I'm trying to like not make it weird here. I see. I don't think that they're tiny. What I think are tiny Spider-Man hands typically, honestly, are Mafek's hands are tiny, and even smaller than that are the figure arts hands. I can't like figure arts hands need to be larger. Like those are so teeny tiny. That's like a huge annoyance and knock for my Toby SHF figure. That yeah, like they all needed to be larger hands. But if anything, I think that the SHF Toby gives more of the vibes of the Take My Strong Hands. To counter Messi's message, owning a Mafex and handling Max Buddy, this wasn't just a curiosity, but I generally feel like the Max Buddy can pose better than Mafex 185. I agree. I absolutely agree, for the record. Um, I, this, yesterday, sitting at the kitchen table, I made a post shouting out guys like Machu's always my go-to top inspiration, like the posing that man can do. You guys have seen it here. Um, but then and I gave a list of other amazing action figure posers that really push me. And I always think that like out of all the heroes, like Spidey, I feel like I have that down. And then I see stuff like again from Machu and many others, the amazing. I'm just like, oh, I have a lot to learn. Toysology. So I went to Toysology's posts to like learn from his Spider-Man crouching and seeing how he was, his suggestions for like adding that extra level of dynamism to the posing. And it really does. I was like, damn, like, I have a lot to learn. So I was working yesterday just for fun, like sitting at the kitchen table. I started looking up McFarlane comic book covers, Spider-Man just covers in general, and trying to mimic stuff. And McFarlane, like, this guy can hit McFarlane Spider-Man poses. There's no chance in hell. No chance that Mafex can hit it. At all. So I know this is but what about the Mafex? I have more fun posing the Spider-Man. And I can and make it look better. Like make these poses look incredible. So there is that. I'm not saying that you can't have fun posing this guy. This one right here, the Mafex. Of course. But in direct comparison, in my eyes and in my non-sweaty hands, because I was home and chill, yeah, Max Spidey wins. Let's see. I'll say the Toby and 29 are better to pose than the Maximum. There you go. All right, fair. See, I don't have the new ones to compare. I don't, so that's on me. Captain McKay said, I got a stash of X-Men that I need to open, but saving them for a rainy day, but space might force my hand soon. Dude, it was so nice. My daughter and I threw out a bunch of boxes. I had cleared out 2 tubs of just like Legends and some Joe boxes that I've been hanging on to. Threw them out, ripped like I now know, based on those, I was doing the saving my boxes. What if I decide to sell them? And I would just go, oh, I'm keeping this toy, and then that's it. Like getting rid of stuff. So it felt really good. Let's see. You can still make content after. Yeah, of course. That's kind of what I've again really getting back into like posing because it's posing practice for me, and I'm hoping like making some posing reels is a lot of fun for me. It's giving me a chance to play with my toys. Netman, I still have to Netman is I have a potential. He knows who so I'm not in a rush to get my hands on that one, but I do think it looks amazing. Henrock, again, that was a Friday night, we're shouting out Henrock. I've been tempted by that Hellboy so many times. I have a few of the Mezco ones and they're great, but they're 20 years old and I've heard great things. Dude, this guy, the reason I also like went for him is I love the Ron Perlman. I love the Hellboy movies. I have the Mezco. It's gorgeous, but knowing what I love about toys, and again the fidgetness of them, as well as then the ability to pose them into super crazy, dynamic poses for photographs, that Mezco doesn't hit for me, but it is wonderful. Like, it's the shelf presence. You can still photograph it. It's great for portraits. And again, just with the collection, he's been sitting on my shelf. I haven't taken a picture of him in probably 3 years. So I haven't done it yet, but with my spring break, I'm going to be listing him, my movie Mezco Hellboy, to offset this purchase as well. So I love this. I love this 1,000 Toys Hellboy. All right, scrolling down. I'm trying to catch up, everybody. Sorry, I want to just make sure I'm seeing the Logan Paul AJ match in front of me right now. Let's see. MBB says, I think it's a fun Hellboy comic-like, and the connecting block fingers are interesting. Yeah, the hand is bizarre. That was the one thing holding me back originally from getting him, was like, it's a little off-putting. It looks like, you know, it does look like a Minecraft toy that my son would want. But in the fist form, it's spectacular. You can get it to hold Excalibur, so that's neat too. And yeah, otherwise, you know, I'm not gonna be having him do stuff like, I tried to do a thumbs up and it looks weird. It looks weird. Not gonna lie, that looks weird. So you really can't do too much. Middle fingers, I would, you know, not that I would be doing that, but fist form, amazing. I'm okay with it in the fist form. Let's see. I got both. I don't have any problems. The black suit feels a little sticky. Oh, for the Netman. Ray passes. I love all the Spideys. In this case, though, I'm wondering if they could have went cheaper on price because of reuse. See, that's future stuff. Give me black suit Spider-Man maximum line, like, immediately. I don't even need the Spider-Man effects. You want to save money? Give us a $25 repaint. And let's say an actual battle damaged Peter Parker head. All right? Because look, I got my little bag of Peter heads here. This was a mistake. Why did I pour them all into my hands? Ah, there he is. Okay. That was somewhat time effect. All right, if I don't. All right, only one fell. This is, again, from the windowless packaging days. It's starting to get a little tear here, but this is how I store heads in my... This is my Spider-Man accessory takeout tray. It's got all the hands, all the webs from all of my Spider-Man legends. All right, so if I get Hellboy out of the way here... Repaint... Let's say in the current dumb tax on us for these tariffs, let's say $30 with two, well, even if we just keep, so 2 Spidey head sculpt, 2 masked, so 2 different eye sizes, and then a battle damaged Peter Parker head sculpt, but not one where he's freaking smirking, which I get. Like, this was just a repaint of this one, so I understand, again, in terms of reuse. But look at the black eye. Like, I just want to make sure all of that's coming through here. Let's see if I zoom in. Well, bam. How's that? You getting the details here? Ooh, there we go. Move that camera around. So, battle damage, blood. This was from the Craven 2-pack with the, again, retired in my collection Black Suit Spider-Man. I paid $80 for that set too. It's for my birthday. My buddy Ryan, Tuscan Traders, was like, "Come on, dude, it's your birthday treat." I was like, "I don't like paying over retail." He's like, "It's your birthday." And I'm like, "Okay." And I did. I love that, and I love that Craven figure, so no regrets. And that head sculpt with the big bug eyes is what I currently have on this. That's the Craven 2-pack eyes right there. So and it pops right onto the Secret Wars. Chef kiss. So yeah, give me a non-smirking, actually got his butt whooped Peter Parker head sculpt, bloodied up, battered, and then 2 other eye shapes, black suit, and I don't need all of the other stuff. Like, don't give me any other web hands, of course. Now, for me, the reason I always say that this is my current maximum black suit Spider-Man is because I made it out of 3 ones. I made it out of the Craven 2-pack, the original retro black suit, and then this one. So I have 3 or 4 head sculpts that I can use with this Spider-Man, and then a ton, because he has the triangle hands here, but then on the retro one he has the rectangle. So I have a bunch of hands. That's me. For if they're going maximum, if they're going to call it that, but at a reduced price, like an actual $35 price point, you could have a black suit, repaint, 3 head sculpts, all the hands, maybe some tendrils, maybe some sort of aspect of that. But he never really did a lot of tendrily stuff outside of the video game, right? In the comics. So, but yeah, keep the price point down. Keep it at 30 with all the, and no web effects. I think that'd be awesome. And like, if they did the four, it would be the same buck. So again, you have Max Spider-Man. It's a companion piece. Like, that's the type of stuff I do hope. And I feel like if I pitch this to Ryan Ting or Dan, those are the guys out of Dwight's awesome too, but I only end up talking to him at cons. But if I had pitched that to them, like, I do think that, oh, Machu's calling me? What did I, hang on. Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
I wanted to point out that Ray Paz was talking about reuse on the
Oh. Oh, all right. So Matt is correcting me because I was trying to. This is what happens when I don't go through reading everybody's chat. That Ray was talking about the Mafex on the reuse. Darn it! But am I right anyway? Do I have a point about this with the black suit? That's. Oh, you don't. Oh, you're not. All right. Fine, Matt. Thank you. Oh, that's son of a gun. All right, sorry, Ray. I went on that's what Matt was saying. You just went on a 5-minute tangent about the wrong toy. What do you think? As I scroll down, I would like to know, am I off target with a $30 price point for what I'm describing for, like, it wouldn't be considered maximum, I guess, but a companion figure to the maximum line. I think it would be great. Bare hands, yes, huge. A lot of solid parts, $29.99. They're like 3 backs with capes, more hands. There you go. Thank you. Machu, thank you again. Yeah, we did say Mafek's hands are small, not the mech. Oh my goodness. Challenge accept Yimbo. Let's see. Handset is dope. Oh, okay. The Farul store handset is dope for the Mafex. All right, that's good to know. I gotta check that out. I was read it again. All right, I'm scrolling. I've seen people make and paint cast and smolder Hellboy hands that I like. They look a little more natural than the articulated one. Sorry, guys, but yeah, hopefully it wasn't too. Hopefully it was at least entertaining. Messy, if you don't have Mafex, getting Max is definitely worth it. But if you already do, you have to take into consideration that it had more accessories and arguably a cleaner design with less breaks in the mold. Dark Gimma would say, you can catch these hands. And yep, that is true. I really love all those Ultimate Spider-Man Daddy Parker heads that are being made now with the bearded look and slightly longer, messier hair. You know I love that. I know. I'm right there with you. Accessories play a big part in the playability, but if your articulation over everything, then I can't argue with that. Max is the better pickup. Shh, what are you doing, Ray? Oh, how dare you, Ray? It's like where the blood pressure, or the heart rate monitor, like the beep 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 beep, and like, and all of a sudden Ed Norton has to like start doing his yoga, like deep breathing. Yeah, all right. I would love to hear this one day. I mean, we'll have that maybe it'll be a stream, maybe it'll just be a phone call. That would be my Winter Soldier Red Book War 2. Thank you, Ray. You guys too much. Always have a point. Yep. And I mean, they wouldn't do that, but it's a great idea. Oh, I know. I just think it would be so neat. Like, man, oh man. All right, so Max Spidey. What's crazy to me here? I'm gonna look up some. Oh. All right, Logan Paul. I'm gonna put. I am all over the place. I'm gonna bring this back down for a second. Oop. I don't know why it still always goes to the fullest of screens. I'll put the iPad over here for a second. I wanted to have keyboard controls for a minute. So, let's see. What am I looking up? What was I about to look up? See, this is where multitasking. This is the worst. Okay, I was just about to. I totally forget now. What the hell was I gonna look up? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you know. Wow, I'm losing it tonight. Okay. All right. Boop. Oh. Man, I almost X'd out my stream tonight. That would have been bad. Okay. I like the only figures for McFarlane-esque poses, like something like this. Even these like super deep crouches has been the Revoltech. Like when I first got that Revoltech in, that was a night posing practice on the couch, sending shots to Machu and the guys. But really, I was trying to be like, Machu, tell me, am I getting it? Am I getting there? I'm trying to look for the one where maybe it's not covers. Maybe I'll look up some just images now. Let's see. Like, oh yeah, even this. Even the statue. There we go. That's actually the perfect thing. Ooh, I heard a boop. Oop. Hey.
Oh, what's up, buddy? I
forgot that's right. You have controls now.
Controls now. I can let myself in. Not waiting for anyone.
It. Well, thanks for being here, man. So,
was it the last 5 minutes of the stream? Just kidding.
Oh, yeah. Well, this actually, you might give me a chance to go to the bathroom if we're going to stick around and watch we'll focus on, I do want to like focus on the main event. Whether it's off stream or during the stream is fine, but then I'll get into me doing a little less talking. But Chewy, this is the type of McFarlane posing that I'm talking about. I mean, this one is just nuts. My Mafex figures cannot do this.
You can't?
Like that?
I think the one thing that, actually, hold on.
No way, man. Well, no. It's because of the thigh cuts. The thigh cuts and the boot cuts.
All right, let's do this.
Dude, I'm telling you. Look, he could sit. I can't do that.
You're right. You can't get his waist forwards in that same type of crouch because, well, on the newer ones, you might be able to. Like 29.9 has a soft diaper, I guess.
Oh.
So you could squish forwards.
All right, that's fair. But you get where I'm going with, like, outside of, like, even something like this shot. You can't, like, all right, so now here, maximum, I'm going to get this, something like this going just real quick. You got the drop down. This bad boy can go way up. Kick that foot. Boop, boop, boop. arm way back because of this less interior, so you get that full range. And then something like...
But you're right. You're right. It's this little thigh hinge, and there's no boot cut, so you can't really, play it.
It's the thigh cut right here. I'm telling you. I watched only part. I scrubbed to the end because I don't really watch a lot of. But there's a big time toy tuber guy, and I'm gonna try whatever. I hate passive aggressively talking about people. But he was dumping on it a little bit, and mostly for the price point. I get what but no other Spider-Man figure can do this McFarlane stuff except a Revoltech. And
even then, my Revoltech, the leg falls off.
Right.
And there's some QC issues there as well. They justify it, and I made my peace with it, and
right.
Big Bad helped me out quite a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that also has its own issues, and ordering from Japan Direct, the price I paid initially was up there. It's like $120 figure.
Right. So I've been, this is, and it's the new buy. I'm going to, of course, what is it? Recency bias. I'm going to fully admit that like there is a recency bias always when you open up a new toy. But how many more Spider-Man figures do I have to show, do I have to point to prove my worth, as I've owned all of them from all of the lines. This is the one I'm having the most fun with. That's just full stop. I don't know. At least for now.
I think what the joy I have from working this Legends, and I'm trying to recreate that pose.
Yeah.
Is I'm not afraid to break it. I also have Toby right here, but he goes back in the box every night.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid to lose the pieces, and I was kind of afraid to crank his legs a little bit. His knees are super tight, so I have to heat up the guy, give him some Yimbo natural oils.
Hey, I've not been sweating at all.
No one can validate that. You could just have one of those the reverse, teller or cashiers at a grocery store where they have to moisten up their fingertips.
No, there's no shine. Look,
yeah,
shine.
We all know you have a big giant sponge that you just play with.
I have my old pitching rosin bag. I just slapped it. That's what
you have the LeBron
yeah. Right before a toy photography setup.
Oh God, that would be amazing. You should do that.
By the way, Machu, yep, you are the man in all the chairs.
I am. I actually have 3 of them now.
Oh my God! Try to prevent Dark Giver from serving. That's. Yes, I did. Hey,
and we'll never do that again.
I have said that I have personally had positive, relatively customer service experiences with NECA, but it takes a while. There have been times it would take but again, they're too big. They're bigger than Mezco. Mezco, I can have a little bit of forgiveness in a lack of, because eventually they do come around. I actually have to check on my Doc Nocturnal pendant that they said that they would send me. So I do have to say, hi, remember me?
Yeah.
But I give them a lot more patience than I do NECA. Again, they're a bigger company.
I love that example. Last night when what's the last night? Shit. Friday. You and Wade and you were talking about large if you're in the Target, yes, you may not be a large conglomerate, but you've made it. You're in the Target now. You're widely distributed around the country. Internationally, you're not small.
Yeah.
I would consider AWOC. They're small.
Yeah, for sure.
They haven't made it into a Walmart or a Target yet, or Odious. There has to be a different segmentation. You can't just be a large corporation and the little guy.
Yeah.
There's levels between.
Something like Blockies, I know they've gotten into Walmarts, but it's one of the, and it is a massive chain. But then I've never seen a Blockies toy, any of the Transformers stuff ever in a Walmart. I just know that they pop up there. I'd still say that they're just, again, scratching and clawing their way in, but
I
somebody
think
that has a section dedicated to them.
if they end up in a Target, like right next to, say, like the Bandai stuff, you know, all the Dragon Ball figures and what's it, Naruto figures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they made it. They're not the small company anymore.
Yep. Guy Jin said, "Oh, so anyway, so NECA, yes, like despite sometimes delays in communication, they have honored my requests. But I know that there's also been a loud, you know, majority or loud voices of like people saying how things weren't getting replaced or just the hassle and frustration of parts and yeah, I don't know. It's just it hasn't
With
been.
McFarlane, Mafex, Mezco, what are we talking about?
But going back to NECA real quick.
Oh,
It's just
NECA,
like,
yeah.
you know, so that's where I, again,
I mean,
give
their
them
shipping
credit.
is very frustrating.
Yeah, like my two biggest issues that I had to deal with was obviously missing a cannon on my party wagon, but they did honor that and they did ship me, and I was like very thankful that I was able to have a completed van. And again, shout out to NJ Tree for being so down to help me like fill that gap. Just in case they didn't. And then the other thing was the Comic-Con exclusives that took 6 months after Comic-Con to arrive, and like at least 10 emails where I was trying to figure out, can you give me a tracking number?
Like I remember with Chris, they're like, it shipped 8 weeks ago. Right. Wait a minute.
So where did it ship from? I'm not hulking out. We're not hulking out on NECA. I'm just, these are going back to like, was that Shroomy at the beginning saying like, yeah, with his Max Spidey, it soured him, like, and that's what I'm just saying. Like, I get it, and that's where, you know, you start playing around. You dabble a little bit. You know, like that's what we've done. We've explored other lines. We've explored other companies.
You feel what you feel, and your feelings are real, and you know it's okay.
Right. Let's see. Machu says the 1.0 Yamaguchi pose is better than the what? Oh, I've never messed with the 1.0 except in your like Magic Machu Mezco mod. So I'll take your word for it. Again, I never fight Matt on any of his toy opinions. He's like, Machu's always right. That's what he needs. We need a shirt that says Machu was right. Did we already make this joke? We need it with him in like a Magneto helmet.
I haven't gotten our own t-shirts up and running. I'm not making that one.
No, I'm just giving him an idea.
I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you.
I can't wait for my Between Two Sentinels Sentinel double head shirt, which again you want to hit up. I think J Shot. If
that's right.
I think there's still maybe a few left.
And he did it. The way he did it is different than other. Like if you go through like spring, it's made to order. J Shot has it like in his house. Hit him up. It's a limited run of them. I suspect it'll be very limited to just this run. So if you're interested, go hit him up. I know me and Chris, we have one in the mail somewhere.
Nice, but yes, I need a Machu. A Machu was right shirt in the right. Oh, that'd be so good. That'd be so good. Machu, can you jump on with a Mafex Spidey attempt to show if Mox's Spidey could do that pose? See, he can't do it because of the hips.
Nope.
Cannot do the Marvel Capcom fighting stance either. I'm with you.
Yeah, like you can get whatever that swingy pose that you were trying to you're showing before.
There was the one. Let me see. I was really proud of one of the poses. It was that's what I was trying to find the. I'm not seeing it.
All right, let's see what we got.
But
all right, Ray Paz has to break theirs out. Break theirs out. What? The maximum, the Mafex. That's no ringleader.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, here we go. Like something. I just can't like, but yeah, like a McFarlane as something like this. Like there are those pictures of, again, crazy, because then again you can rotate crazy McFarlane style posing, which makes so much sense with the 90s aesthetic too. I love this figure. I do. Look at that. It's so nuts. You can get so high. You can get the legs so high up.
That's true. You really get some good ones.
Yeah, man. Ugh, it's so good.
And I'm not afraid to break this. That's the thing I love.
Also true. Like I will tell people like because of the drop down hips, like I do rotate down and then I will like work that drop down hip back up just to be careful. Like that's the only, and it's not because it's like jiggly or anything. It's just that's my own neuroses trying to be a little extra, like show that one section extra care. Let's see. Been a month since they took my money, still waiting on shipping. After you called Nick for the prison part, you told them you got at a con. Those guys were never brought. And I guess it wasn't my fault, Matt. That was not my fault.
Sad Jimbo.
It was not my fault. Machu was right with Machu's face graffiti on the wall. Yep, that's what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was not us. Remember we did talk. The guy quit, or it was not me. It wasn't my email that did it. They probably replaced by incompetent people that messed up shipping on Donnie's lab. Side 9, anytime you get burnt, it's hard to get those good feelings back. I agree with you, Side 9. Like I said, it's nobody wants an extra hassle.
And honestly, you know? in those moments, the feelings are raw. You know, I think it's always a mistake to say like never. You know, never say never. Things can happen. Things can change. Your feelings can circle back. Like for a while, I was off of Mafex. Now I feel like I'm fully on Mafex. Last year I was really on Amazing Yamaguchi.
Yeah.
This year I'm very much off the train apparently.
Yeah. I know, but it's ebbs and flows. But
yeah,
right now, like legends have been a constant in both of our toy journeys. So.
It's super hard to pitch a perfect game.
Right. I know this from my actual pitching experience. I never threw one. I threw I don't even think I threw a no-hitter. I threw a 2-hitter once, but I was like a freshman in high school.
I thought you were about to say second grade, the way you were holding that S. I'm like,
yeah.
Are you counting all the way back to grade school? I threw a no-hitter at recess.
By the way, Chewy, Ray Paz, can we do this idea tomorrow?
Was it head-to-head toy pick-off?
Same pose with the Mafex and the Maximum Spider-Man? Could we? Because Chris has it too.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's do Toy Daddy Top 10 night. I think that would be
a
great focal. They already given me thumbnail ideas.
We need to come up with a name for the episodes.
Yeah. The
Great Spider Show-Off.
We'll figure it out. We got it.
We got it. No, I was just waiting for someone to say it in the chat.
And McKinney Messi was saying hard question if you had to limit yourself to one brand forever, but they would get all the licenses. What would you pick?
Forever?
Man, but they'd have every single line. So I mean, I would fall into Legends, Jada Toys area. That would be the two that come to mind for me. Like if I could just all of the just because of the fun factor of the posing and what you can
Are they, well, here's the caveat, Messi. They have all the licenses forever, but will they increase the rate of which they release a figure? Because I will probably give it to Mafex if they release their figures a lot quicker.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Remember, never swear offline. Yeah, there you go. They really back in. And that's what I mean. That's why I'm saying, I'm just off NECA at the moment, but not fully. I bought Pee Wee Herman. Chris has mine.
Yeah, I'm off NECA until the next holothon.
Yeah. I mean,
I got 3 months.
Sesame Street stuff. I'm not swearing off them in general, but I've cut back, and that's okay because now I pick up other random stuff that is awesome. Oh my god,
I keep looking at that Hellboy, man.
Ooh, Matt, of course, please. I'll open my other Maximum Spidey for this pose off too. I mean, it's all the shame, but by all means, yes. Because your insight, I mean, I hope Carlos hits you up, Cal the Collector, because I mean, again, Matt, the way that you are with us and just you're so generous with your advice and your toy wisdom. I had sent him your way about a broken peg on one of his new toys. But yeah, dude, I would love you to come and school us in this. This was. Yeah.
Okay. So what are we thinking? Yeah. Mafex versus Max? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if we need to bring out any other Spideys.
I mean, we could bring in the Revo too if we want, but like I like the M&M Mafex Marvel. You know, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I got it.
By the way, if I might need to do an emergency since I have a co-host here. Do you mind taking over the stream for a second?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, good. You can run your mouth for a little bit.
All right, let's do this. Let me remove you, and now it's just me. All right. Nope, that's not right. Go back to this. There we go. Yeah, never say never, never swear off a line. We always talk about sticking to our lanes. I always like to think I have 4 lanes, but quite frankly, it's like going on the highway. You can get off whenever you want. You want to stop by that Waffle House, pick up whatever. It's cool. Then we're already back. Actually, we already clicked on that, didn't we? School's in session. Since Josh loves to say present, of course. Baz, love that you're going to Machu. You know, it's kind of like bringing in a ringer when we put Machu in against the 3 Toy Daddies. But I'm excited for it, of course. Messy, there would be 10 announcements a week, but the release would take at least 4 or 6 months. Okay, so eventually we're getting those 10 figures in 6 months, and then it will just keep going. Yeah, I would go with Mafex. I think they do a good job overall. You know, where Legends, they'll still be the most affordable, comparably to a Mafex, especially today. SH does some great stuff too, but then they also do some questionable stuff as well. I find less questionable things with Mafex. Amazing Yamaguchi, that style would not, you know, translate to every figure. Not every figure needs that over engineering. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with Mafex. Hell yeah. Or Jada, if Jada wants to throw the hat in the ring for all this stuff too, yeah, absolutely. If they want, you know, quadruple 6 or 7 times and start putting out all these lines like DC and Marvel and hell, Turtles too, totally down. Because I think they do a great job. Gaijin, any brand with whatever license I want. Jada Toys, Boss Fight Studios, Mafex with Ultraman and DC. Ooh, Ultraman. Yeah. I always talk about Blockies because they've been super kind to me. They send me samples to play with a lot. They have a preschool line for Ultraman, which I think is fascinating. Hopefully I get those. All right, what are we talking about? Becky's back. All right, so WrestleMania yesterday, it was revealed that Bayley was not going to be able to compete tonight. She was in a tag team match with Lyra Valkyrie, the current women's intercontinental champion. They were facing off against the Raw women's tag team of Liv Morgan and Raquel. So that's amazing that Becky's back. We kind of knew Becky was coming back, right? I thought she was coming back earlier this year with Raw. It's okay, Yimbo. I held down the fort.
I know.
We didn't lose any viewers, as far as I know.
That was a real-time bathroom emergency.
Becky's back, and we were talking about it. Messi clarified that toy company, the winner takes all, they would announce 10 figures a week. It would take about 6 months. So after the 6-month mark, we're getting 10 figures a month.
Wow, that's
destroy the budget, but it'd be amazing. It would be amazing. Could you imagine 10 Mafex figures comes out every month? Like, say, 5 lines, 2 each.
How many? So I think it's pretty accepted that Todd cranks out the most figures, right? Volume wise.
I think he's super competitive with Legends. I think Todd puts out more, but not that much more than Legends. I saw a couple years ago, Legends put out 188 figures in a single year.
I can't. What's the math on that? What's the math? 180. I'm gonna divide by 2.
What, per month?
Does anybody have a better math? I need to use the calculator. 15. So 15 figures in a month come out?
Yeah. Apparently.
Damn.
It makes sense. They always have a figure out there. Sometimes it's a 5-pack, multi-packs, exclusives.
Yeah.
I could see 15 a month.
True. All right.
That's like up to 2 waves.
Yeah. So all right. So
some extras.
10 sounded like, man, that's 25. Even at $25 a pop, that's a chunk of change every month. But no,
yeah, I always respect the Marvel Legends all in. They are completists, so they go after everything.
Yeah.
Because that's dedication. That's you have to stick to your lane if that's what you're doing.
Right, for sure. Let's see. McFarlane needs to do henchmen for their villains. I'm with you on that one. I know you ended up, Matt, ordering the Commissioner Gordon. He looked great. Some of their, but yeah, stuff like more not soft goods, more suited bad guys and just regular bad guys and Joe Chill. Can you imagine a Joe Chill McFarlane?
Joe Chill would be great. Oh, escaping me, but Batman the Animated Series, like the big husky guy. What was his name? He was a Gotham PD. He was a detective.
Oh, Harvey Bullock?
Yeah, Bullock. I want a Bullock. Give me that would be my final McFarlane figure I'd buy from them when they, have to shutter the DC side of the house. I would love that to be one of the ones I pick up.
That would be a good one. That would be a Harvey. I like that.
Just like I need 2 head sculpts, like the gruff, like almost like very Todd McFarlane. Like this is a no BS Bullock, and then I want one that's very puzzled. Like, oh
yeah,
like oh man, someone put fish in my sandwich.
Right. These are great ones too. Jaded Toys Boss Fight. Boss Fight. I still have to. I only have the skeletons, but I like those skeletons. But I would be curious to see how that like blank body that's coming out. I'm tempted to. I don't have any blank custom figure.
After her, I'm in. I'm making more of these.
Okay. And what was that company?
This is the Crazy Figure 4 body.
Okay.
So it came with the shoes, the pants, and then the shirt is from the Disney. Remember Wreck-It Ralph 2 when Vanellope meets all the Disney princesses?
Yeah. Oh,
and they have a sleepover?
Yeah.
This is the shirt that Arrow comes with.
Oh.
And it works perfectly.
And does she have a thwip hand in?
This one does, yeah. Yeah, well, kind of.
Wait, does it come with a thwip hand?
It comes with this hand? This is a rock hand, but
rock and roll. All right.
I was thinking about like with Mantis when she's doing her thing in Rivals, it kind of looks flippy.
Yeah. Okay.
But like after this, like I'm super interested in making more stuff like this.
All right. I know it's been one of the things that I've been tempted to do again over this toy journey. Watch Mafex up the ante and do a new Spidey. That first of all, that would be crazy, and also well overdue.
Well, they should. Hell yeah.
They have coasted on basic. Well,
one thing I want to like chime in, and I'm sure
slightly different, but yeah, what's up?
I'm sure Matt or the chat did while I was, finishing up other things, but you can be done with any of these things as soon as you get it. Any Spider-Man, any figure, you can stop and be good with it. And it's not just morbid curiosity, like what you were saying about like picking up all the Spideys. It could just be like you want it.
No,
it's not even the curiosity. It's just like, oh, that's cool. I want that.
That's why I said like morbid was the wrong word, because
it's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and you're like, hey, I've had wings before, but I kind of want wings again. It's different wings here. I'm gonna try it. I want it.
Spidey's one of those. Yeah, Spidey action figures are my comfort. You're right. That is a comfort food, and I'll try it anywhere. So that's a good point. I love that MBB says Machu has to pose by feel only. That's I know you've seen him
Legion's Con blindfold.
I like that. That's gonna be a fun stream. All right. Citizen Boney, Grumps is in the house. How you doing, Grumps? You're all caught up with Benny. Good. We have it. We're streaming it to the side, so we can at least. I'm not doing the best at paying attention to it, but
I see a little block in the window. I'd have to get my iPad from upstairs to watch it.
Yeah, nothing's going on yet. Nothing's. I mean, but Becky won a tag team match or something. I don't know.
Nice, as she should. Yeah. You know what? Talk about WrestleMania. The one that I was really kind of annoyed that they didn't do more with leading up to this. Mm-hmm. Where's Alexa Bliss? She came back for like a minute and then she hasn't been used.
I have no idea. This was I know the guys were talking about on Wednesday. I had compared it like to like were you guys getting I don't like WrestleMania 2000 vibes? I think it's been better than that, but I know that they were talking about even with Robo how the first Netflix like Raw kind of blew a lot of the WrestleMania plans, and then they had to so some of this stuff has been rushed, and somebody people do fall to the side, even bigger names that when it comes to Mania, so she might get a bigger push post once they kind of reset. But let's see, I'm trying to catch up. Doombot would go with Mafex. Let's see. I don't really buy Legends because they're affordable. I buy them because they have better character selection. Yep, just the same way. Like again, Todd will give you so many characters in the DC world, but I would compared to Mezco or Mafex, and also different price points, vastly different price points.
They are. I'm like, yes, they have a great character selection. You can get a ton of different ones, especially compared to SH and Mafex and Mezco and Gucci, all those ones.
Right.
But that's still $25. It's like. Or sometimes 50, but comparably you could buy 4 for the price of 1 Mafex.
I agree. I'm with you. In another universe, it'd be awesome to see Legends get the DC license maximum. Superman and Batman would be great. Heck yeah. I mean, I don't like to knock McFarlane figures because first of all, I just have trouble posing them. Like that is still like I can stand them up looking pretty natural. I can get I can get a good vanilla, and they do look beautiful. I can get a nice kind of natural looking static vanilla pose. I know somebody like Jay's Figs can kill it posing McFarlane figures. It's another skill set that I haven't really mastered. So like it frustrates me too that I'm not better at them.
It's just not a scale I really appreciate. That's my take on it. It's the same thing with like those 12-inch Marvel Legends. I never cared to pose with them. It's just too much plastic.
Yeah. What I like about Legends, I get army build tracksuits, Ultron, Hand Ninja, Sentinels, very good. Yeah,
if
absolutely.
you can find those tracksuits, if you can find those Ultrons at Ollie's, hell yeah.
Yep. Jada is already proven to be top dog. I agree with you. Again, that David figure is awesome. All the Street Fighter stuff is awesome. Awesome. Just so
I can't
much
wait
fun.
till you see how it ends.
I know. Messi goes, if the line had multiverses baths, so it'd be 5 different brand figs that all came with a part from a different building. This is interesting. I'm gonna start that one too. That could be one of our like posts as we're heading into the main event. We can throw that on. Kiwi Collector's in the house. How you doing, buddy boy? Thank you for being here.
What's up, Kiwi?
Masha says SH is spread too thin. They have way too many properties and not a lot of consistency. They are essentially like the Hasbro with imports. Fair.
I agree. Playing around with Spider-Man India while also having all the other Spider-Man that they've made, super disappointing.
Yeah, it's true. Kiwi says Mafex has used the same Spidey body for like 4 figs. It's time for another. Speaking of Mafex, I'm ready for them to tackle a Hulk. Once that Bane came out, once I had the Dark Knight Superman, that was like they need to make big boys. Like I love their big boy figures. Bane solidified that. We need old Mafex Hulk. I agree. Blindfold is what I was thinking. Oh, yeah. Blindfold. It's gonna be great. Dangerous style. I'm with you on that Hulk. Yep. And then Grumps. This might have to be the Sunday night thing. Say his name, man. He appears. Thank you so much, Grumps. Member for 5 months. Again, my man. Thank you so much for your support and being in Yimbonia in the official capacity. Love you, man. Thank you so much. A comic accurate Hulk will go with Iron Man, Thor, and Cap would be great. Let's see. Gaijin says the SHF Avengers Assemble Hulk was the closest thing to a definitive Hulk. It's my squeaky guy over here, which I love.
He's super close to well, yes, he's the best Hulk we have right now.
Yeah, and I heard interesting points because like it was with Ruffalo that they started making Hulk look more like Banner. But when you go back to the Ed Norton Hulk, that Hulk does not look like Ed Norton at all. And in comics, Hulk wasn't just an angry, beefed up. I mean, I guess, yeah, even Lou Ferrigno. Like, they didn't look like Banner and Hulk are two separate people. So what I'm trying to get at is what works about this Hulk is that even though it is a Ruffalo, it's before this was the Battle for New York, so it's before they really all of a sudden you're looking at Mark Ruffalo as Hulk.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess I never thought about that. That it looks very much like Ruffalo, but I guess that also makes sense. If you're gonna pay the actor to be the Hulk, you might want to dial in his expressions and use the dots.
Well, right. So let's see. Ed Norton Hulk. Oh, this is I just found the best picture to show this off. Here we go. Check this out. Boop. Hulk on the left. Nothing like Ed Norton. And then it's green Mark Ruffalo.
Is that also how he looked in Avengers? That like with Ruffalo, like in Avengers? Because is this Smart Hulk? Like
that is Smart Hulk.
Is this Endgame Hulk, which is supposed to be a blend? That's the only thing I'm saying.
No. Let's see. All right, so hold on. Hulk. What's the other guy's name? That I love that movie. The other one. Who's the other?
Ragnarok.
No. Pre MCU.
Oh, Eric Bana.
That's it. Okay. And here's another one. Not the same. They don't look the same. That's also
the Bewildered Hulk.
And then we had Hulk. We said Battle for New York, right?
Just Avengers, Avengers Ultron, Age of Ultron, whatever. Okay, click on the one with Thor. That one right in the center.
See, not as.
That's not Ruffalo though.
Not Ruffalo.
So eventually he becomes more like Ruffalo in Endgame because that's the story is that it's a mix of the two.
Oh right, that makes more. Okay, I see what you're saying. That Smart Hulk would look like Ruffalo. Okay, I feel you. All right, I got you because it is a blend. It is a blend of Banner and. Okay, right? That's what you're.
Yeah. Okay. That's my explanation. But who knows? And yes, Man Beast Boy, they absolutely nerfed him, and that was a mistake.
I want to see if there's where's the guy that played? Oh yeah, there we go. See, nothing to like. All right, so Smart Hulk, that makes sense. That makes sense.
That'd be a great Hulk to do. I hope they do that.
I know.
Just do all the Hulks. Just don't even do like a wait. Like, yes, it's great to get the other characters, but just Legends. Just go and do like 5 Hulks in a row.
Yeah. Machu saying it's true. I mean, some of the recent ones, again, the last year or two, it's still hit or miss with like if a figure needs the torso mod.
I think to your point, in a static pose and almost like a statue, they look great.
Right. They are better than articulated statues, but I think
that's where people. It depends on the design and the aspiration. And with McFarlane coming from a statue background, totally makes sense.
Yep.
That was not the main priority.
Yeah, I like this too. MBB McFarlane plastic not easy on the hands. Agreed.
They are not.
And Kiwi says no hate. I love Todd's enthusiasm. I can't enjoy his figures so much. I have 2, and so Steppenwolf and Darkseid. Yeah, I mean I have tubs. I have 2 things of I buy them.
I have a tub of McFarlane's.
Yeah, I have. Like Simon Baz over there.
I usually buy all the Robins.
All the Robins. Yep. Do you think it's worth waiting for Mezco next announcement on Hulk before buying Max Hulk? Again, the two of us are bad people to ask because we're gonna order Max Hulk.
We're gonna buy both.
And then I'm gonna probably end up getting the Mezco, but I need to see the articulation setup. I do need to see it.
If Mezco Hulk is 150, that's where I would hesitate as well.
Like
It depends on the price, really does. Like, but like $60 for Max Hulk, I'm gonna give it a go.
Yeah. And
but
again, we know what we're
if
getting.
It's $100 Mezco Hulk, still giving it a go. 120, still giving it a go. 150, pausing. $135 Hellboy, pause.
Right, but okay, but now I know, and we know this from Storm Collectibles too. But the squishy setup is really neat. It is neat.
All right, can Hellboy thunderclap?
No, but that's not the point. That's
I'm just playing. I'm trolling you.
It's not set up that way.
But to your point, Messi, depends on preference. Do you have the Mezco like Avengers team going? Do you want that type of action figure, like with the soft goods and the you're not gonna. For me, I don't play with my Mezcos the same way.
Yeah, they are right. Like that's why I don't photograph them as much as when I was primarily focusing on photography all the time. Like that every single and again, I love my photo time. If I was just primarily doing that, but without worrying about videos and things like that, then yeah, like my Mezco stuff I would shoot all the time. But even so, it's still not. It's delicate. It's setting up. It's like.
Yeah. Do we want to add Mezco in with Mafex vs. Marvel Legend pose off? It'd be bad.
Right. They also that's they don't quite offer the same level of it's not playability. Like we value at least Chewie and I know that at least the two of us, I can speak for the two of us. We really do value the playability of these, not just for the setup of a shot. Again, I've been walking around with him since I got him, and before that, I've been walking around with this guy, just posing him up and doing other, like that's it, just swapping around.
Yeah, my favorite travel figures are usually a Spider-Man, like usually a Miles, and then it's actually it's Woody. It's Rebeltech Woody. Yeah, but I have two of them, so.
But those are fun ones too. Rebeltech, surprisingly, again, plastic can be a little softer, but I wouldn't take them traveling because they will get scratched. Well, you do. I would be very careful, as I know you are.
No, I just put Woody in a sandwich bag, and I just not in the sealed one, just like.
Those ones actually have a different feel. I'm thinking of like the Yamaguchi figures that softer plastic. You got to be way careful about scratching them up.
Yeah, I'm not taking Winter Soldier out when I travel.
Yeah. Guys, sorry. McFarlane had the DC license for 4 years, and the forward ab articulation still hasn't improved, which is unfortunate. I know. On some are better than others, but they still not what we've always wanted. Grum said, depending on the character, McFarlane figures will fit nicely in your collection if you don't handcuff yourself with having to separate lines. True. I mean, that's why I cherry pick. I cherry pick them.
Oh yeah, King Shark, love it.
Oh yeah. And I love their bigger boys too. I don't know about that new Superman movie. That one he went back in time in articulation. That doesn't look like anything.
Do we want to comment on that line? I just don't. I'm not in.
Let's take a look.
On any of the new Superman figs. Well, no, I'm in for the robots. I kind of like the look of them, but I didn't really dig the. I don't dig it. I mean, click on any of them.
All right, so the
pictures.
Robot look. I think a robot looks awesome.
Yeah, robot. You could have like 4 of them and be really happy.
How do you think they're gonna do the chest plate? I'm thinking like Diamond Select gives you the stickers for duplicate. To just. But I wonder if it's a piece like a chest port.
I hope it's a piece that just like pops out and just.
That would make sense.
If it's a sticker, that's okay too. It'd be better if it was a piece.
Yeah, I mean, that looks like this could come off.
I like how it's soft. That's a soft goods cape too. That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. I thought he's definitely gotten better with human faces for movie figures. I could say that.
I feel like this is also kind of the equivalent of Legends when they have to do MCU.
Yes.
Has that same kind of like flat vibe.
But I'm just saying, there's been other ones that have looked real off. Like these look pretty decent in terms of likeness. MCU stuff is leaps and bounds beyond.
I know I'm being hypercritical of this, but I just don't like it. Something about just something about it. Like, I don't know why I'm picking on his ears, but he just seems like a very goofy looking Superman to me.
I hope that it's gonna be a good. Oh, I don't know. So I think Machu, I'm getting his backup right of the Superman crypto pack. So I want the movie Superman. I'm into this look. I'm so happy they gave him underpants. I also, that's an interesting dio too. Like, I know we talked to Lone Wolf.
I love the dog. I think the dog came out best. Crypto looks perfect. Maybe a little small considering the trailer.
And then look at this. Look at this. So what is this made out of? I ordered it. What's it made out of? Made of plastic. Oh, good. All right, because I was a little nervous that this would not. Now I know this is for the smaller figures, but I thought that this could be used to enhance and fill in a Lone Wolf Fortress of Solitude dios.
Depends on the scale. If you're planning to use this with the McFarlane multiverse.
No, just in general, like use it with my Mezco Superman.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
perfect. I have that Fortress of Solitude thing too, and
might be a little short. I think it said it was 10 inches tall. You'd have to angle it, but I think you could use it in the background.
10 inches. So come on, that's a nice. That's a lot. That's a really impressive size, Chewy. 10 inches. Come on.
10 inches of solitudes.
Again, in pieces, not just as the playset as shown. Like, since it can be broken up.
Yeah, if you prop up the computer a little bit, a lot of that could work.
And cover up the computer, like for an actual photo, I would use the Mezco Fortress of Solitude thing there. And, maybe I bet it might fit right on that circle. But yeah, going back to going back here. So this is the fit. Look at how there's 1 point, 2, 3, 4 points of articulation. So he is going back in time.
Wait, he only has 4 points?
4 points. Look, waist. There's no cuts on that leg. And then no butterflies, just up and down. No. Do
you think
elbows.
It'll still be like $40?
Yeah, I'm not buying that. Nope.
Don't even know what that is.
It
looks like a poop monster.
It looks like the cousin to Poop Storm. Fecal matter. What
fecal matter? Oh yeah, Laserverse iteration. It's the James Gunn Laserverse.
Yeah. Let's see. Kiwi says I had that Hulk. It's great. The IW Hulk was decent, but this one trumps it. I just want a massive chunky creature, a big brow comic Hulk, torn shirt, purple pants. That's what's going to be cool about the Mezco. I hope that they're restructuring and giving us a new big boy buck. But I won't hold my breath there either.
I think my dream for it would be that it's a new buck. It's big, and it's similar to the feel that we had with the Ninja Turtles, just in a larger scale, where they had great articulation because they're not wearing clothing. It's just a bunch of belts.
Yeah. Ooh. And I was listening, but the Kiwi just made a point. Let's take a look at Ragnarok Hulk, because this could poke a hole in the theory.
In the Ruffle-spiracy?
Let's see. So let's take a look. Wait. I gotta share screen. All right, what do you think? No. Starting to, but not.
Yeah, it's not cool. Well, it's not quite there yet. It's the
but what, like he was this was there was a more merging of you're right though. You know what? If we still stick with your theory of the merging of consciousness and personalities, then this is the moment because he was Hulk for so long and Banner was so suppressed for so long. But he did start taking on some of those Banner jawline features.
Like if you click on the one where he's sitting, yeah, that's not Ruffalo.
No, but then he starts getting the little Ruffalo mouth. You know, he's got that unique Mona Lisa thing going on. Just...
They need Mark Ruffalo's mouth. Here we go.
Hulk got more better during the end. He looked way better during the first Avengers. Yeah.
I agree with that.
I love that Incredible Hulk movie. I'm a defender of it. I think that it was not what people want, but I think there are a lot of cool things that went into it. I thought Ang Lee. People criticized the comic panels. I think that was.
You mean Hulk? Hulk, not Incredible Hulk. Incredible Hulk was Norton.
Right. Hulk, the Ang Lee Hulk with Eric Bana. Yeah, I loved Eric Bana in it. I thought that they did a really great job showing
Gamma Dogs.
Yeah. I mean, then there's the goofy stuff in it too.
I thought there was a lot of good elements in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. 70s, 80s TV Avengers team with Ham and Spidey for Hulk, Thor, Daredevil, and Captain America. That would be neat. If you think they nerfed Banner Hulk, then they committed a crime with what they did to Scar. Oh, I still have to see movies.
Just assume that was a fever dream.
Yeah.
Just assume it was a fever dream. It didn't happen. That button
we have
scene
Thunderbolts, right?
Matter.
Problem Mezco. I hope he's not too small. And Thor Ragnarok Hulk looks amazing, but he's tiny. Interesting.
Is he?
If you really want a good Hulk, look into the custom Hulk by 6" Plus. I know, although they are currently not shipping anything, last I saw at least, to the United States. They straight up because of the last announcement. And they said that even the replacement Thor kits that they were going to handle are on pause. So
pause or cancel? Well, pause. Okay.
Let's just say pause.
Okay.
We could check. Oh,
no.
Roger's calling again. Hold on. Hello.
It's the main event.
Oh, it's the main event. Do you want to come on and watch it with us?
I'm still working on a project on it.
Ooh, okay. Machu's working on a project, Twitch project. All right.
Okay.
Good. Time to
Okay.
I will
Good thing you're
that.
telling the audience that. Great.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Bye. All right. So main event time. I'm gonna swing my thing back in front of me, so we won't be quite as talky pants. But I do want to keep going through our chats right here. We could look at it. Do you want to fire that up while I bring up some?
Look at what 6" Plus.
Yeah, and just see what they posted a bit. We'll figure that out, and we can look at this Hulk. Oh yeah, that's the Hulk that they're building from the ground up. That's going to be affordable. Like it's in the spirit of. It looks amazing. He's right. Yeah, Matt's always right. See, Matt's always right. Machu's always right.
Can't tell him that.
He does. He knows it.
You need to keep him grounded, otherwise he can't be as creative.
Oh no, I want to pump him up with all the confidence. Grumps, why commit to the maximum Hulk when you essentially have it already? It's something you can wait on. I think that if you can absolutely again for me, I don't make me happy. I'm interested in the curiosity of the squishy chest, and I like all the head sculpts, and I mean I'm not crazy about it, but I like that they're offering so many.
Well, Grumps, to that counterpoint is just generally because I want it.
Yeah,
I want it. It's the color green I like. I think the squishy texture will be fun to play with, and it'll be something new to play with in June.
Yeah.
And it will come out in June. As we've already talked about 6" Plus and other companies, like things on AliExpress, some things come from Japan. I might be a little starved for new figures in June. You know, I'm just gonna lay my hat down and be like, I was interested. I'll take it, and I'll be happy. Thank you. Well, I don't know if I'll be happy. We'll
figure that out at that moment.
I'll let you know if I'm happy.
I will admittedly say, since we do know half of this figure, I wish it wasn't on a waist swivel. That's the biggest thing. I feel like that could have been, but see, we don't make the toys. We don't.
No, I agree. If we want to modify this toy, like I think about this all the time. I do it. We all do it. we rewrite movies, we rewrite TV shows, we rewrite what a figure is. Yeah, I am actually okay with the arms not being double jointed at the elbow. That's fine. I would have given it different knees, legs, and I would do the ball swivel. Absolutely. And I didn't see it yet, but the neck doesn't seem like it has the upper and lower neck articulation. I love that on all these figures that I have from Mafex and SH. So that's one piece I would definitely want, the neck articulation. But I wouldn't have given the ripped pants. I would have done the spandex and more of a superhero look rather than like he's always angry, he's ripped it, and like we've seen it. I would have done something a little different.
Right. Are you bringing that up? Macho said that he sent the links in the chat.
I got distracted by talking.
This is what happens. I know. Yeah, I know.
All right, I have it. I'll bring it.
Cena's still he turned heel. Cody's still our babyface hero, right? Oh man.
All right, this looks good. When you said that it's gonna be affordable, what do you think the price is for this guy?
So if you go through that account, click on 6inch Plus.
Oh, I'll follow too.
Yeah. If you go,
wait, I said follow.
So scroll down because you get so much. Look at the other picture. Oh my god. Yeah. 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 And the pre-order was, look at that, was supposed to be
in a week, so it was supposed to be on the 14th.
2 weeks ago, yeah. But now look at yep. That's the base it's on. They were going to give you everything that you're seeing.
This would have been cool. I would have loved this. This would have been awesome.
Yep.
Is this a swivel?
Or maybe not all those head sculpts. Or you may need all these 6inch Plus head sculpts. But
damn, that's cool.
So
you're getting, this big boy.
I know. So you were gonna get all of those, like maybe not the head sculpts, like a number of them, I'm sure, but you were definitely getting all of like the gladiator-esque stuff with also
bald Thor. I'm not bald Hulk. I want him. Let's go with this one too.
Oh, hair. That's.
Oh wait, is it swap out hair?
So you can have bald Hulk, and then you gotta swap out hair.
Oh, I want bald Hulk. I want Hulk that's
Stone
like the
Cold
Kingpin.
Steve Banner.
Oh my god, that's the best one. Let's do that. We are so far down the chat.
Oh man, sorry. All right, I'm scrolling ahead, everybody.
Holy shit, this looks so good.
Toupee Hulk.
But this is not happening anymore. It's delayed.
Well, no, so you gotta. Let's see.
Oh my god, look at that.
Well, you admire because you're just seeing this for the first time.
Apparently, I wasn't following this person.
So real quick, there's this. Hold on, if I bring you out for a second.
Ooh, I like the jacket.
Hold on, sorry, I took your. Look.
Oh, okay. This is the thing. Get bash set.
So look, I mean, like they.
Okay, what does this say?
It had to be postponed indefinitely. It missed the tariff war. So.
Okay.
I know. I'm just pointing it up. So while Hasbro and Mezco continue their Hulk iterations, we are positioning to outperform competitors through 3 core differentiators: revolutionary multi-axis articulation system, museum-grade sculpt and paint apps, gladiator-themed accessories. Hot damn. Here, like.
So that these would have been the 6 heads.
Son of a gun.
Damn, that would have been cool.
1 pair painted. Oh wait, 1 pair painted. Option. Oh, and then you could order X. So you would get 1 pair of them painted, but then you can order modern, vintage, or World War Hulk as well.
Okay.
Considering the painting heads, the set price will be about $150.
Okay. Okay.
And it wasn't like it was going to be an all-in-one set. That was the whole thing. Like, compared to, and I still love the Montumaro and Bestly Studio, the fact that they were immediately out there with a really cool kit bashed custom. This was like also in response to that, like, nope, here, this is everything that you guys want, all here. And it was for 150. That's like probably 40, 50, $60 cheaper than getting that Bestly Studios one. Because that was around two-ish.
Okay. Well, it looks awesome. I hope one day we see it in Machu Sands.
I hope so. If you want to go here, I'll take mine out. If you want to go look at that Wolverine again.
No, I'm good. I liked all the stuff.
Oh, Gaijin, I feel sad now. I know, man. But it's an ever-changing. It's just an ever-changing situation. We can only hope. That thing. But yeah, I know. He went from can't see him to damn near blinding. Talking about Cena right here. So Cena, I want him to win. I want him to get the 17th. I want him to have the title. I haven't been watching like his heel run. Have you been watching any of his heel run, Cena?
I've been watching. I just feel like beyond that initial betrayal,
yeah,
it's been a lot of talk, and it's been rather inconsistent too. Like, I feel like the run up means a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like they didn't do enough to really get it to where it needs to be. So we're here now, and it could be an amazing match. It's just the weeks preceding to it, it was just like, great. They talk to each other over and over again. Great. Where the hell's The Rock?
And Cena, you know what? That dude calls his spots like nobody's business. I just literally saw him call 2 different spots just right on camera. Come on, John. What are you doing? Too much new toys. Cody. World War Hulk was a fun comic event. That is true. Let's see. Ooh, hold on. Under 100, but if you bought it right away, straight up over 200 to piece them together. Right. Seeing a missing white tank top, he looked like every drunk in my neighborhood. Ooh, we don't know if it will come out in June. Is he talking about Maximum Hulk? Shipping containers are kind of backed up.
Oh, okay.
You know, in China. Yeah.
Wait, douse my dreams, Machu. Douse something good.
By the way, Grumps, you gosh darn right I do.
He has a thing. It's a vibe he likes.
It is a thing. Let's see. Unfortunately, Hulk movie ran out of money from what I heard, hence the drop in quality part the way through. Oh, for Banna. Interesting. I know that was too melodramatic. I know it was. See, I liked emo Hulk. I liked emo Banner. I was into it. By the time to get the match, the message is over. No, we are watching WrestleMania. This is on the main event right now. So, again, we're gonna keep chit chatting as we. I'm just gonna try to keep more of an eye out for this one right now. This is for the title. Which title is he wrestling for? The
Universal.
The Universal. Okay.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I need to get my iPad so I can watch along.
Oh yeah. Messi says my next hope fig is a Mafex Flash. I love Gucci, but his leg and ear bolts come off way too easily. Mafex would be perfect. Perfect after seeing what they did with Daredevil. That's true. That'd be cool. They have. I mean, like Mafex just had that movie Flash come out. I do love my good. Yeah, I know what you mean. Those again. That's where some of these premium lined figures. There's a lot more than just the ability to pick it up and play with it. And I do like. I know I missed the comment when I had to scroll all the way down. And Matthew, thank you so much, Ma. thank you. I was trying to say Machu. Machu, thank you so much, my friend. Again, never expected, always appreciated. So I appreciate you. Again, letting people know this main event's going on. Don't listen to Chewy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Cody using all the Chewy smoke. Let's see. This would be great for photos, acrylic risers, and a little forced perspective. That was for the Superman set. Yep. Jamie Lynn Park's in the house. Yeah, man. I am on spring break. So, and main event, it's WrestleMania. So this last little piece, we've just been talking about a lot of awesome toys, specifically Hulks. We did touch on the new Superman movie figs. There you go. She was just saying hi to Jamie Lynn Parks.
Hey, Jamie Lynn Parks. What's good?
And I forget. Oh, here we go. Metamorpho is pretty good. I'm indifferent towards the Kaiju Mega Fig. Yeah. I think
is the name
Cena
just
wins
Kaiju?
tonight.
Is that, did I see that correct? See that box correctly, or that label correctly? That's just simply Kaiju.
No, it's just I think that's like the, just big destructive monster.
I thought I saw it when we were going through picks.
Oh, all right. I wasn't sure. Grump said, I think Cena wins tonight. Unfortunately, I can't stand him. He's like the second coming of Hulk Hogan to me. Well, but actually seems to be on the surface respectful of all human beings. So there is that difference. Just throwing that out there.
I do think he it's just not prime Cena anymore. That's the
No, this is not like I'm not enjoying his work. I never really did enjoy seeing his work. His best matches, in my eyes, best Cena matches versus RVD. It was ECW one night only, and then the Money in the Bank CM Punk match. Like those are my two favorite. Oh, and then you know what? Umaga, and then he had that Umaga match. That was really awesome. Although the ending was a little goofy, but still great. And then my other favorite Cena match was when Brock threw him around 16 times. So
my favorite Cena role is in the blockers when he's sleeping with the dad.
Yes. I love Cena. I will say I enjoy Cena in his comedic stuff. I'm very much looking forward to Peacemaker. I'm excited. When is that dropping?
This year, I think.
I know it's. I'm
gonna guess summer.
Let's find out.
Yeah, I guess we have that option.
We have the technology. Let's see.
Where we leave off in the chat.
So Peacemaker season 2, August 21st. All right, I don't want to rush my summer.
I was right.
You were right. You're right. Ooh, HBK and Cena, true. Then they did an hour-long match on Raw after that Mania. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. My favorite Cena is Ricky Stenicki.
Oh, Ricky Stenicki! Holy
Ricky Stenicki's great.
So good.
Ricky Stenicki's great. God, I know he cracks me up. I like his acting. I like his acting.
The scene when they find out he got the spoilers, I guess in some ways, he got hired by the boss, and then he tells him the salary, and their reaction is like, "That's more than I make," and he's like, "Well, I was a hostage negotiator." That might have played into it. It's like so deadpan, like you are not. Oh shoot.
16 is crazy. What happens this Attitude Era? Nothing. That was the whole premise of his comeback and then the turn, right? His explanation was he was the company man, right? He'd come back in between his acting roles, and he put aside his own quest for the holding the record, and this was him being sick and tired of being he wanted to have one big run, and he was going to do whatever it took. I thought that was the whole explanation.
What was that last view that they just showed when he was just like tapping his head? Was that mixing in some video game technology? Looked a little strange.
I don't know.
Anyways, that's fine.
What was that? Wait, so was Cena tapping his head?
No. Cody was doing the tapping his head before the spot. But it looked CGI.
Cena spoon feeds like everyone in the ring and the arena and at home what's happening in this match, in all of his matches. There used to be, what the hell, Machu, I bet you watched it. Wrestle Crap? No. What was the weekly? There was a weekly wrestling recap show on the YouTubes and Vimeo that I would watch. The breakdown, and then it was all the fails, and it was basically always seeing it. You talk too much, yeah, and you never shut up. Let's see. Kiwi says, "Dude, when they pick him up at the airport, he's cold turkey."
Oh, don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys.
Botchamania. Thank you, Jamie Lynn Parks. Yes. Oh, see, I told you, it's in there somewhere. That's why I used to say I used to watch like 11 hours of wrestling a week between.
All right, someone fill me in with this. What happened tonight? Did The Rock show up?
I don't think
anyone in the chat. Did The Rock show up to WrestleMania?
I don't think so, man.
Oh my god!
If Cody took care of Roman, Old Man Cena should be a breeze. You'd think so, but I think Chewy's calling for a Rock into. Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, refs down.
So The Rock trademarked. Oh, should I say? Guys, last year at this time when we were streaming all together, all hanging out watching Mania, we were all pulling for Cody. Finished the story. It's been a year. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be Rock is coming out and costing Cody the title. That's my pick.
Machu said not yet.
Machu said
Stone Cold was there tonight? Or do you
I missed Austin. Machu did say that Austin popped up for a second.
For what?
I don't know.
Machu, tell us why Austin showed up. Well, he was there last night or 2 nights ago for Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he was there he was there for Hall of Fame. He was on the stage last night. So there's I don't want to spoil it for anybody enjoying. I'm just predicting. Look, even if I didn't know this one particular spoiler and the fact that we haven't seen The Rock, that man's ego is not going to allow him to not show up one of these 2 nights.
I mean, that's not spoiling. It's just that you're speculating that he's going to appear. I mean, I assumed he was going to appear too, since he did all this bull.
I'm surprised Cody didn't bust himself open there with the exposed turnbuckle. By God, that man has a family.
They're sponsors now, so less blood. No, I'm just saying.
Oh, but haven't they've gotten back into getting color?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, and Austin came out. Thank you. All right, to talk about the attendance record. Uh-oh, what's happening? Wait, is this
it? Oh, come on.
What? This is where now I'm confused because I have not been doing a good job paying attention to the...
I think you're just walking out with a belt that doesn't mean anything at the current iteration of wrestling.
Kiwi Collector says, complete side note. No, I love the side notes.
Give us the side notes. Take us away from this because I think it's about to go
700 mil on track to hit $1 billion.
Wow.
I'm either taking my family tomorrow or I'm taking my kids like Tuesday or Wednesday to the movie.
My son loved it.
Yeah, we love Jack Black. Like when I heard Lava Chicken, I was like, that's it. We gotta go. This is gonna be too much fun. I like Jason Momoa. I like how goofy that guy allows himself to get. Like I think Momoa is awesome. My son, remember I was talking about restocks at Walmart for the Minecraft figs. My son lucked out. The Easter Bunny was able to hit a restock. So there was only one Steve, and he wanted Dennis the dog, and the skeleton was there, and so remember. So anyway,
for those that missed out, though, there is a more that can wait. There's a more complete box set going through Amazon. Supposed to be end of May, early June. But then Match is going to say shipping container, so who knows? But it's going to have 8 of the figures. You have the main cast, basically.
Oh, that's neat. Interesting. Well, now thanks to dad efforts and the Easter Bunny efforts, my son has all 4 of the movie movie figs in that scale, but now there's like I know he has his eyes on that floating blimp thing.
Yeah, the higher balloon.
Yeah, so
My
that'll be.
son got the 2-pack of Momoa and the boy in the red hoodie. I forget the guy's name.
Wait,
And then the big pig, and they come with the flight
they have the toys of them.
wings. Yeah, like that. It's in that
Wave
scale.
2?
No, it's the same wave. It's just a 3-pack. It comes with a big pig.
Where was that? At Walmart?
Target.
Oh,
Right
see,
below the little figures, the single packs. So like for $30, you get these 3 figures. But the one my son got and opened today, it had two left hands. Like, so he's like, "Dad, look at this." I'm like, "Oh." I was like, "That stinks." Frickin' Mattel.
Oh, so okay. And I saw Sir Dork speaking. All right, I gotta say. Oh, I see it. Okay, hang on. I had no idea. I've also not on purpose, but we haven't been going out of our way to Targets lately, and we do have like a Walmart that's 3 minutes away. Not that like anybody's like, you got to do what you got to do and shop it anywhere. But
just watches his matches, such random shit.
Yeah. All right, so this is the one you're talking about. Oh, son of a gun. Okay.
Yeah. So this is the one my son really wanted.
Oh, I want to get on that too. Well, all right. Future. And then this one.
Oh,
this must have just came out. This was so annoying because literally, again, Easter Bunny just got him all of this, and then this son of a 2-pack comes out at a cheaper price point. For the record, everybody, this is $14.88, and they would normally be $10 each, and you're getting this Minecraft armor and special sword. That's, man, I hate when that happens. I mean, I'm used to this as it's.
You're gonna be really annoyed at the 8-pack I'm trying to pull up right now, then. Because it's basically the entire first wave and then 2 more characters.
You gotta be kidding.
Yeah, it's that. So you get basically that bottom row is the first wave, and then you get the boy and Momoa that were in that 3-pack, and then you get I forget the names, but it's the red hooded sister is the one, the girl in the middle, and then the one on the far right that's from Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
She's spoilers. She's the realtor. I don't know if that's really a spoiler. It's just her occupation.
Oh man. Well,
and this I think is gonna be like $60. I think
we are used to this. 75. Oh wait, that's still cheap. Yeah, $10 a piece, 8 figures. Okay, you're still getting a deal.
Oh, we missed the ending.
No, it's not. Did we really look down and that was it? No,
that was it. Oh, this is... I can click back. Are you swiping back? This is crap.
We missed the ending. Son of a gun.
All right.
Well, you know that they're gonna do highlights.
Hit with the belt. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Come on. How could Cody? I agree with you. There's no way. So clever, this Cena. So what did he do? On the ground. Oh, Travis, ruining my image of you. WWE's gotten a lot more friendly. We got Inferno matches since Bray Wyatt. We haven't gotten a Barry Live match since maybe The Undertaker's active. I'm on the hunt for that 12-inch Jack figure. I need a 12-inch Jack Black toy. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the 12-inch.
I haven't seen that. So funny. They go from like a 3-inch scale to be like 12 inches.
Oh, by the way, here we go. Here's all the highlights. So we hit him with the finish. Super Cena. Nope. All right. Ref gets pulled out. Eats a finish. Boom. Ow, that's awesome. Way to eat that one. Oh, the belt? the belt. Oh god, that was.
Ugh,
Cena's not a great wrestler. I love him. Don't get me wrong, but he played, and I get it. He's so expressive. He plays to the last row. Oh, he gave him another kick in the junk. And then the title belt. The title belt. Now, granted, this used to be the definitive takeout. The belt shot was the definitive bad guy.
The guy in the audience, what?
But that hasn't been the case in years. Cena pulled an Emperor Palpatine. Son of a gun. I don't know about ending it on a belt shot. Last night's main event, there were about 25 finishing moves.
I saw some highlights, yeah.
All right, good for you, Cena. You got your 17.
And no Rock. He needs to stop showing up.
Hit me.
Yeah. I need him to stop showing up if he's not going to participate. Like,
what a bummer. I would have liked. I mean, like I don't know. I would have loved to be a little bit more excited about this. He deserves it. I mean, it's been 10 years or more, right, that he had his last title run. So good for him.
But why does he need this guy's help?
I don't know, man.
And why is he walking around with a hardcore title?
I also don't.
Unless he's going to defend it.
It makes no sense.
It's not 24/7 anymore.
Why does The Rock wear a People's Champion belt? That's not a real thing. You're not the champion. You're walking around like it means something. Yeah, all right. That's it. Yeah, that main event sucked. Boo. Boo this main. Boo. Grumps, not a good finish. No. All right, so here's what I was going to tell everybody. But see, I didn't want to spoil it just in case. The Rock, a while back, I saw a report that he copyrighted the term team corporate. And that's where I thought that they might go with like a modern day corporation. You know, that would be led by The Rock now.
Yeah.
And Cena would be the corporate champ. That would be cool. It might happen tomorrow. Maybe that's the... But yeah, that was not good.
That was horrible.
Good. But hey, we had a lot of fun. We talked about a lot of good toys, man. And I hope, again, going back to the beginning, I didn't show off nearly as many of these Spideys that I thought. But just keep in mind, this used to be what we were offered. Like, I like this for the collection. Do you know what? Like, but this is... So remember, if you're seeing people out there complaining, just remember, look at the growth. Look at what look at where we are. Look at where we are. Oh, I hope my camera... I just bumped my cable.
It's all right. Ends the show.
Oh, good. It's still working. All right. But yeah, what a fun night, Tom. I really appreciate you hopping on, Chewy.
Absolutely.
So it's great. And tomorrow night, so again, Toy Daddy's back. We will have our TPC Top 10. We're going to have some Machu Toy pose off. We got to tell Jay Shot, see if he's interested in jumping in, because that's something that we've always talked about doing. But we'll have to figure out. It could just be more informal. We could really get into practicing. We could do a loose, informal competition, but like set it up where we can really, as a community, just figure out a fun game that could be repeated throughout the years, you know? Not the year, you know, throughout the months. I was just looking. Remember, this was another one. And I was like, look, she's got butterflies. I remember being so hyped about this guy because this was what we used to have.
I mean, they're all still good, but
I agree. I'm happy I have them. Like, they're in here, so I could do, like, I was doing a video with all of the things. But, like, I love my Spider-Man shelf. I love looking at all of the different costumes. But when I want to go and play with one, it's going to be one of these two. And look at where we've come. Look at how far we've come. So MBB, thank you so much, man. I will absolutely see you next Sunday, both in person and then back on the stream. Michael, thank you so much for being here, buddy. But yeah, so tomorrow night, TPC Top 10. We'll have on, at the very least, Machu. We'll do some posing and some posing conversations. We'll celebrate the top 10 in toy pictures. And then post-stream, Chewy may or may not be around, but tomorrow night we'll have a Laserverse post-stream with, at the very least, me and Toy Father, maybe Machu if he's sticking around, where we'll do some toy photography. So it'll be fun. Anything else that I'm missing?
No. If you have not done so, please click like and subscribe. But assuming you've already done that, if you're still here.
And again, if you were hanging out, watching along for the first time, again, thank you so much for being here. We really, truly, always, from the bottom of our hearts, appreciate any time that you spend out of your life. This is our most valuable resource that we have, is our time. So thank you for sharing your time with us. We hope you're able to entertain you while we talk about toys. And I think that's it. That's it.
Good night, all.
Right. I'm gonna close this out with a little Toy Daddy theme. Here we go. See you tomorrow, everybody. Peace.
TPC and Toy Daddies. TPC and Toy Daddies.
Toy Daddies unite, let's celebrate. Top 10 photos that make us salivate. Through the camera's eye, see the stories told. Loving toys forever, young hearts bold.